We're back. Welcome, everybody, to Winnacunnet Stadium, Hampton, New Hampshire, November 4th, 2017, on a very beautiful, cool, crisp day for football. And we got the quarterfinal game against 9-0 Winnacunnet, and they're hosting 6-3 Bedford Bulldogs, last year's Division I champs. My name is Mike Robinson. I'll be doing play-by-play. Color will be Steve Beals. Donnie Crowder is joining us on the scoreboard behind the scenes, and Chris Gentry, camera and engineer. Welch and Powers deep for Winnacunnet. Looks like Aiello ready to kick it off for Bedford. We're going to kick this quarterfinal game underway, and here we go. It's end over end. It's going to be deep. He's going to take it at the goal line, brings it up past the 10, 15, cuts to the 20, gets up to the 25-yard line. Nice cutback, and I believe that was number 12, Evan Welch with the ball.
That's a good return. You always like return men that decide their lane and then they go at it full speed, and he was all north-south there. Let's see how this defensive line of Bedford stands up to this renowned offensive line of the Warriors. They're going to have to establish, parity very quickly, or superiority when they're away.
So McDougal goes under center, and you're going to have a two-set back in the backfield. Powers is one. Two tight ends. McDougal sets under center. First guy through is Powers, and he immediately gets wrapped up. I don't think he got a gain, if maybe one.
Off to a good start, the Bedford defensive line. No time to waste here, bringing in Agnostin as a blitzer on that play. I think you're going to see more and more of that because they've been successful in the past when they've done it.
Powers out, Granger in. McDougal under center. Second play from snap in the first quarter here at Winnacunnet. McDougal sets the team. Comes this way, immediately wrapped up. First guy through and dragged down.
Well done, 55, wrapping him up.
Jordan Fuller brought down with no gain, maybe a loss.
Yeah, Bedford so far is not allowing the Warriors to get separation. And as a result of that, they're playing the gaps and they're rolling into the gaps with great vision moving forward.
And listen, the first time they played on a sloppy field, fog, rain, a lot of times these teams were 3 and out both sides, so their defense on both sides is going to be the key to this game, Steve.
Absolutely.
McDougal under center. Powers probably back in, looks like. Sets the team. Third down. Goes back to pass. Looks this way, and he's immediately brought down.
He's got him.
Great. That's
Boy, Fuller came to play today, Mike. This guy is everywhere.
Twite on the tackle.
I'm sorry, Andrew Twite. Apologize, Andrew Twite. This kid's been on a tear, Mike, the last 3 or 4 weeks. Andrew Twite. Just a terrific job.
So Winnacunnet with the first possession is now forced to punt after they go 3 and out with a 4-yard, 3-yard loss on that tackle by Andrew Twite in the backfield. Back for Bedford, Monpini. Kid, you got to wrap up if you're going to kick to him. We know what his deal is. Winnacunnet just jumped offside. We're going to get another 5 yards, put that back.
Bedford is clearly motivated. You can always tell by the movement off the ball. It's one area where Coach Stank is just a terrific coach at. They've always been that way since he's been here.
Pressure on the quarterback.
And pressure on the quarterback, absolutely. Andrew Twite with that outside move working for him.
So Monpini on his own 40-yard line. Kick is a boomer.
Wow.
Deep kick. Drives Monpini back to the 35-yard line. Comes up to the 40. Far side, 45, 50, 45, 40 into Winnacunnet territory. Great run back by Monpini.
Nice return, no flags. Great field position. So far, Bedford is controlling the field position game. And if you're an away team, you have to do that against a team like Winnacunnet.
With 9:47 to go in the first quarter, Bedford takes first possession, and they're going to drive, and they're going to go from left to right here at Winnacunnet Stadium.
Now let's see if the offensive line of Bedford can win the trench battle on the offensive side. Clearly the defense off to a great start.
Bedford breaks. They come out with a 4-receiver set, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Empty backfield with Morgan. Morgan takes a snap, back fires far side. That was almost picked off, and it was picked off. No, incomplete. They're calling it touch the ground. They're calling it incomplete. It hit the ground.
Big break for Bedford there, Mike.
2 Winnacunnet guys had a chance to pick that.
Yeah, so this clearly battle of the defenses here so far. Winnacunnet returning the favor. And now it looks like they're motivated. The very tall defensive end on the right. What a terrific deflection there. Had his hands in the air in good position at the same time. Nice play. Can't get his number. We will get it.
So Bedford breaks this time. It looks like Toscano in the backfield with Morgan. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Morgan waiting for the snap. Hands off to Toscano, far side. He gets wrapped up and breaks a tackle. Gets out to
First
the 30,
down.
gets a first down. They had him wrapped up and let him go.
Yeah, this kid's been, you can look at Toscano in the weight room. This kid has been unbelievable. Started in January, worked his tail off, and you're going to need that kind of running against a running team like the Warriors, and they're getting it so far. Good offensive hole there. Nice wrap-up, but couldn't hold on because Toscano's forward motion.
Junior, 6 feet, 215, Ryan Toscano. We're going to watch this kid today if he keeps getting those yards. All right, so Bedford breaks. They're going to go
on the 30.
2 in the backfield now with Morgan. 1 to the right, 1 to the left. Man in motion, that's Toscano coming this way. Morgan takes it, goes straight up, finds a little bit of a hole, and gets about 3 yards before he's brought down to the Winnacunnet 27.
Yeah, Tommy's got to keep his head up right there. He lowered his head. You got to be careful of that. And but I like the attitude of going right after that right side with a quarterback keeper and try to establish. You like to get 4 or 5 yards, but 2nd and 7's not bad either.
Just under 9 minutes in the first quarter. Bedford breaks with their first possession. They already got a first down against Winnacunnet on the Winnacunnet 27. Morgan in the backfield. 4 receiver set, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Morgan waiting for the direct snap. Gets it, rolls far side, looks deep, fires downfield, and he looks like he's got Montpini and overthrew him. Oh, that would have been a 6, just overthrew Montpini. Got behind the 2 defenders.
Too much of a sidearm throw there, Mike. You've got to be able to nail the hammer. You got to put yourself in a position where you get that lead shoulder forward and kind of hung it out there, and the ball sailed as a result of that. Montpini, one thing for sure, Montpini had separation in the end zone. He was there with a well-thrown ball.
Third down and 7 now. Bedford breaks deep in Winnacunnet territory.
Probably 4 down territory, Mike.
I would say so. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Morgan waiting for the snap. Hands it off. Looks like Anagnos tries to find a hole. He's wrapped up, breaks a couple tackles, falls forward, and he's about 3 yards short. That's guts with Anagnos.
Absolutely. He's done this all season long. He's delivered yardages to him. All of a sudden, the defensive line starts closing things up. They feed Anagnos. He's able to get yardage, and it's been a critical times. That puts their 4th down play in a much better position otherwise.
So Norfleet checks in now, and now we've got a 4th down and about 3 to go with 8:06 to go in the first quarter. Bedford breaks. 2 in the backfield with Morgan. 1 to the right, 1 to the left. Norfleet, Anagnos. Gives it to Norfleet. Far side. Breaks the corner. Turns up. First down. Gets it to 15, 10, 5.
He's got it.
Touchdown, Bedford.
Wow.
Draws first blood against Winnacunnet.
I love the play call. They started where the Warriors were. Winnacunnet was overplaying to the ball. Great offensive call by kind of doing a little bit of a counter there, and there was nobody on the backside that could reach him, and then the one guy that could, he broke it through. Terrific play call by Bedford. If you're the away team, you got to score first, Mike.
You got to quiet a crowd. That's what you do. The Winnacunnet side is dead silence here as Aiello ready to get the point after. He's got a strong leg. Kick is down. Ball is up, and it is good. Bedford draws a point after and leads 7-0 here at Winnacunnet with 7:49 to go in the first quarter.
We talked about it, Mike, on the way over. If Bedford's going to have an opportunity in this game to take this game, I said, give me the first 5 minutes. I told Nick this morning on the morning show, I'll send it to you on the way over. Let me see what Bedford does the first 5 minutes, and that's what's going to tell you if they've come to play. They have. Warriors home, terrific football team. Let's see how they respond now.
This is a fired-up Bedford team. You want to quiet the Bedford team when they come in as visitors, but Bedford draws first blood. And you're absolutely right. This drive here for Winnacunnet is going to be critical for them to get back in this ball game. If they go 3 and out, or if they get a turnover, momentum stays with Bedford.
Well, Winnacunnet has to come out at least here with his better field position and put Bedford back on their end. If nothing else, they have to do that. They can't play in their own end the whole game.
Powers and Welch deep. Aiello with the kick. Kick is away, up, backs up. Winnacunnet at the 3-yard line, comes up over the 10, 15, up to the 20, and brought down about the 23-yard line. Good coverage on Bedford, brought down Welch.
Tommy Norfleet having a great game, and so far in all 3 phases so far, playing well. 23-yard line, field position still in Bedford's favor right now. Let's see what that offensive line can do for the Warriors as they try to work their way out of their zone.
So McDougal breaks huddle and brings up the Winnacunnet. 2 in the backfield. McDougal over center. McDougal ready to call it. Bedford almost jumps, pitch far side. They're going to call Bedford for jumping.
I'm not 100% sure. I think that's a false start with the right end. I think that's going to go against the Warriors.
Let's see if you got better eyes than I do, Steve. And it looks like you called it right. Penalty against Winnacunnet. Back them up 5 yards. Listen, this is not how Winnacunnet wants to start a game. I believe they had a penalty in their first series. They got a penalty in the second series. Not good for Winnacunnet.
Well, field position's a critical part. They've got to be able to move the sticks here.
First down and 15 to go. 2 in the backfield. Split. McDougal over center. McDougal waiting for the snap. Set. Comes back. Quick snap this way. That's the number 12 and immediately covered. That was a great coverage on Welch.
Nice tackle by Mumpini. Lucian Mumpini with a great tackle. What you want to do is no yards after the catch, Mike. He came in, wrapped him up well.
We know this kid McDougal can throw, and if you get an open player, a kid like Welch who's got wheels, he's going to take it to the house. Got to have coverage, got to wrap it up. That's what Mumpini did.
Big down here for the Warriors.
Second down and 9. We've got 2 in the backfield behind McDougal. 2 to the right, quick snap, fires right-hand side, sweep, turns the corner, gets up to the 40, first down. That was a nice run by Powers.
Yeah, terrific block on Bourgeois there. 81 sealed inside. That gave that Veer an opportunity to get outside. I'm actually really surprised he didn't get more yardage. I couldn't see who the cornerback was in the end. I think it was Cole Glennon, and that was a terrific stop there by Cole, I believe.
Powers has wheels. You got to stop this kid. You let him outside, he's going to burn you today. McDougal brings him out. This time they got 2 to the left, 2 in the backfield, split behind McDougal. McDougal ready to take the snap. Set, snap, holds it, comes this way, carries the ball, holds the ball for an 8-yard gain. That's a good gain for Winnacunnet.
Yeah, designed to suck them in the middle. That's exactly what happened. Both linebackers bit. As a result, he looked at throwing the option outside. That was covered. The wingman was covered, and he just turns the ball upfield. He's an impressive runner, Mike. That's the first time I've been able to see him live, and he brings it.
6:12 to go in the first quarter. Second down and 4. Ball's on the 44. McDougal bringing the team out. They got 2 to the right, 2 in the backfield split. McDougal sets the team, comes back. First back through fake. McDougal takes it for the first down.
Yeah, there's a change in the guard here. Right now, the offensive line is winning the battle. The Warriors, no surprise there. They are a terrific offensive unit. And as a result, opening up some holes on the Bedford D. Look for another man on the defensive line. But remember, this offense is designed to do that, to bring more guys into the box so they can play action off it.
First and 10, Winnacunnet. McDougal brings out the Warriors. 2 receivers to the left, 2 in the backfield, split.
Look for play action.
McDougal sets the team. Ready to ball, snap. First guy through, hands off. Goodbye. Big hole.
Yep.
And that's going all the way for a touchdown. That's number 6, Powers.
Blitz 2 guys in that situation, Mike. That was very risky call. You're up 7-0. I don't get that call, quite frankly. Well, why would you blitz 2 guys in that situation? You might want to blitz 1, but that's just too many in this situation. Quick hit to the right buckle, and off number 6 goes.
That's number 6. That's Powers.
That's Powers. Boy,
about him.
He looked fast. I think you said that, Mike, earlier. Pretty quick.
Fast.
Yep.
And he was. He was in the end zone in a flash.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for a more well-designed play against a double blitz, and that's exactly what they got. Pay dirt.
Kevin Gagnon ready to attempt the point after and tie this thing up with 5:33 to go in the first quarter. Gagnon ready for the snap. Ball's down. Kick is up, and it is good. So Gagnon ties it with a point after. It's 7-7 here at Winnacunnet. 5:23 to go.
2 impressive drives.
7, Bedford 7.
2 impressive drives, Mike. Very methodically down the field. What was interesting to me was the offensive line play of Winnacunnet looked very much stronger than the first run. Score update. Actually, this is a final. Goffstown beats Exeter 22-20, Mike. Wow, that's all I can say.
Well, not wow. They were favored. They were home, but a good game.
Well, the reason I said wow is, if the truth be known, they were talking about playing that game on Saturday night at St. A's. That was under the radar screen. They chose not to do that after the fact, is my understanding, and they played it at home in Goffstown, and that's a tough place to play. 2 great coaches. One of the best young coaches coming up, Justin Huff. One of the best coaches of all time in New Hampshire. Billy Ball. What a matchup that is, 22-20.
Shabrick Munpini, deep for Bedford. They're going to go from our left to right. Gagnon ready to kick it off at Winnacunnet. So 7-7 here at Winnacunnet in Hampton. Kick is up, away, end over end, puts him in the end zone. That's a touchback.
Boy, that's got to be the winds with him. You can see that Old Glory there. Old Glory's waving the other way, so there's no surprise there. But even with the wind, that was a heck of a good boot.
That was a good boot. Got a good leg.
And a lefty.
And a lefty.
Jeez, I'm proud of that. I'm lefty myself.
Those lefties got to stick together. Here we go. So Bedford with their second possession with 5:23 to go in the first quarter. The score tied 7-7.
This is when you begin to see adjustments. After the third or fourth round, you start to see the defenses make adjustments. Let's see what the Warriors have done.
Norfleet in the backfield with Morgan. Morgan waiting for the direct snap. Hands it to Norfleet. Goes right-hand side, immediately gets swallowed up.
Yeah, you can see what they did. They moved their defensive line out in the off-tackle position, and they're leaving the middle open, but they closed it up very, very nicely there. That's probably a good move by them, and it looks to me like they got the ball back, Mike. I think there was a fumble. We didn't see it, but they are, yes.
I saw what happened.
Did you?
I think I saw what happened. I thought the whistle had blown, and then a player came in and hit Norfleet, and the ball got jarred loose. We won't know that until the films, the films and the replay. But we're gonna have to go back and check that. But now they've called it a fumble, and Winnacunnet has the ball deep in Bedford territory.
So when you look at special teams plays and turnovers, right now, well, the Warriors up 1-0 with that turnover there.
So we have a timeout on the field. We're not sure who called time or if it's the officials' time.
This is a situation here, Mike, where Bedford has got to get things together because this Winnacunnet team, when they draw blood, they're like a shark in the water. They go after it. Bedford has got to double down and make good decisions.
Okay, here we go. McDougal brings out the Warriors. They come out with a two-receiver set to the left, two in the backfield split. Powers in Fuller. Ball goes back, fake, goes back, fires in the end zone, wide open, caught. And that looks like that's number 87. That could be, is that McDougal to
I
McDougal?
think it was McDougal, 87. And the only reason
McDougal.
the only reason that wasn't a touchdown is he lost that in the sun behind us. As a result, all he did is he focused on catching the ball, and his legs went right out from under him. But that was a nice play. Again, remember we were talking before, the play action now is developed because Bedford's stacking the box now. They're going to keep going after the play action until they move them back out.
First and goal on the 7 with that catch from McDougal to McDougal, with Winnacunnet threatening deep in Bedford territory. 4:37 to go. McDougal brings them out, set. Comes this way, hands off to, and he keeps it and kind of follows his
yeah, he's down
back.
about, looks like the 2 to 3 yard line on that, Mike. That's just designed to get the ball within.
Fake to the first guy through.
Yep.
McDougal followed him through the hole.
Yep.
3-yard pickup, going to be second and goal.
Looks like, I can't tell if it's the 2 or the 3. It looks like the 3, Mike.
I think it's if it's second and ball's on the 3rd.
To go 3. Yeah, it's on the 3.
So again, McDougal brings out the
Bedford.
Warriors, two receivers set to the right. Powers, Fuller in the backfield.
It's going to be down about the half-yard line.
Close, that's half-yard line. That's not in the end zone yet, so we got a 4th down coming up in goal.
Yeah, McDougal, is that McDougal? No. 52, getting up slow there. Got his leg twisted up in that pile.
52 is Ferroni, Tyler Ferroni. He stays in. It's 3rd down. I'm sorry, 3rd and goal.
Big play here for both teams.
Fuller, Powers in the backfield with McDougal. Two receivers set to the right. McDougal, first guy through, touchdown.
He's in,
that was Powers.
Yeah, I mean, in order to run that play, you've got to have excellent guards, and the Winnacunnet does have excellent guards. They can sweep outside and get a down block there. They feed him through the hole. It's awful difficult to make a stop on that. It's such a quick hit.
Quick hit, big line, big boys up front. So here we go. Ready
64.
To add the point after. Kevin Gagnon's out there, ready to add the extra point here. Ball down, snap, kick is up, and it is good. So Winnacunnet goes up 7, 14-7, with 3:11 to go in the first quarter on a Bedford turnover, a fumble.
Yeah.
That I thought it wasn't a fumble with the whistle blowing, but you know we'll see what the replay says.
Yeah, we'll see that. But the fact is that they've come in and scored. You got to respond here. What is behind you is behind you. You got to see how Bedford's able to respond. They're really going to rely on their offensive line. It's difficult. Away when you get down by 2 scores. So it's critical that they respond and their offensive line is able to execute because you got to move the ball downfield. I mean, special teams, always important. Looking for Bedford to get out beyond the 25, 30-yard line and start their drive release from there.
Shabrick Mumpini, deep for Bedford. Winnacunnet, Gagnon, ready to kick it off. Again, a beautiful, crisp fall day here in Hampton at Winnacunnet High School, home of the Warriors. The visiting Bulldogs here in the first round of the Division I playoffs. Gagnon kicks it, ball goes deep, end over end, and that's through the end zone again.
I want to see his kicks when the wind's going the other way because I'll tell you, I don't know if anything's going to stop it.
He's got a leg.
No question about that.
All right, so let's see what Bedford does and responds with the Tom Morgan at quarterback for the Bulldogs.
Remember, Mike, there are 2 things you're looking for here. Doesn't mean you're going to score every time, but you got to at least change the field position game. You got to move the sticks. You can't let these Warriors up around the 45-yard line to come back. So we'll see. Oh, flag down.
That's got to be too much time. But was it a lot of time?
I don't know. It didn't seem like a lot of time to me.
Too many players in the field?
Too many players in the field. Yeah. Oh, there was too many in the huddle. You have to enforce that because
too many in the huddle. Okay. All right. Well, here we go. Let's go. Toscano.
Now you got 1st and 5, Mike.
Toscano in the backfield with Morgan waiting for the snap. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Morgan takes a snap, fires this way. Oh, and that was to Crowley, and Crowley turned before he caught it, and then incomplete.
Yeah, thrown a little bit behind him. Tommy having a little vision trouble there. He's only about 5'9", if he's 5'10", I don't know, but he's not tall. And these defensive linemen on the Warriors are very tall. We were talking about that early in the game.
3:08 to go. Ball's on the Bedford 25-yard line, moving from our left to right. Toscano in the backfield with Morgan. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Ready for the snap. Morgan gets it, gives it to Toscano up the middle, and he immediately gets tackled by 3 or 4 Bulldogs and brings him down.
He got a couple yards. It'll be 3rd and about 5.
Big play for Bedford here to keep this drive going.
Boy, they clogged up the middle well there, Mike. The Warriors did, and interesting change. Their adjustment has been their defensive line. They've moved their tackles further out.
4 receivers set for Bedford. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Toscano in the backfield with Morgan.
See the
3rd
tackles?
down. Snap. Morgan rolls this way. Pump fakes. Fires. Throws downfield. It's a lollipop, and that's intercepted. Winnacunnet intercepts it on a floater by Morgan. He wanted that one back, I bet.
Yeah.
Intercepted by
I'm
number
not
12.
sure what was going on there. At first, I thought he was thrown out of bounds. I said, okay, that's a good play. But why would you throw downfield that far? You had 3 receivers behind. That was just trying to find somebody that wasn't open. That was costly.
Evan Welch, the kid who had 2 interceptions in the last game. So
good point, Mike.
He was back there waiting for him, but that was just a wounded duck up there.
That was a wounded duck right into the, Boy.
So here we go. Powers and Fuller in the backfield behind McDougal. Split. McDougal waiting for the snap. The first guy through is Fuller, and Fuller's dragged down after getting a couple of yards.
Yeah, nice defensive play there. Closed up the hole well.
So
defense has got to come up big here, Mike.
2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Winnacunnet leading Bedford 14-7 and with the ball, moving from our right to left. McDougal brings out the Winnacunnet Warriors. Granger and Fuller.
He's going under center, Mike. That's
and Powers in the backfield. Excuse me. Fumble, ball's on the ground, and who's got it? Bedford had it. Oh, it went through 2 Bedford defenders and rolled right into the hands of a Winnacunnet Warrior. And actually, gained yards. Gained a few yards on that one.
Yeah, they gained about 3 or 4 yards on that. That rolled through the Bedford. He'd like to have that back again. Boy, you don't see those plays very often.
No.
Very unique. Don't understand. They snapped the ball before McDougal even was able to get down, and I think that's why the fumble. He didn't even have his knees bent yet.
1:19 to go in the first quarter. Winnacunnet Warriors, balls on the Bedford 29-yard line. Fuller powers in the backfield with McDougal. McDougal, snap, fakes, holds on to it, goes on the right-hand side.
Nice job by
and
Bedford.
Falls. I think he's a little short. Going to be 4th down.
Yeah, but some timing errors going on, and the cadence and everything else with the Warriors, it's not working for him right now. Little bit surprised. It almost seems like McDougal isn't even ready to take it yet, and they're trying to rush it and get through the hole. At some point, though, you've got to balance that off with making sure you're getting clean snaps, or this thing, they could wind up fumbling again. Let's see what they do here.
They're calling it 4th and 2 on the 29.
Yeah, this is a morale booster for Bedford if they can make a stop here, Mike.
Fuller powers in the backfield with McDougal. McDougal under center.
Yeah.
We got a whistle now. We got a timeout.
Yeah,
Winnacunnet.
there's a veteran timeout by Winnacunnet right there. They saw a defense. They didn't like what they saw. Always, this is obviously the coaching staffs on both sides are aware how important this play is in the game and the swing of things. Always love, coaches love it when coaches know when to call timeouts. That was clearly a well-timed one. So we'll see what happens here.
Londonderry 7, Salem nothing. Early score in this late game, that second late game against Salem at Londonderry, looks like. No, I wish it would have been at Salem, because Salem's undefeated.
A little bit of Who playing here. They still like our old music, Mike, growing up.
They were cranking out the tunes pregame. And
yes, they were.
Enjoyed it.
Yeah, and there was a variety, which I appreciated.
Nothing like a little AC/DC to crank up the crowd.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
So big play for Winnacunnet. Bigger play for Bedford.
It really is a bigger play for Bedford than it is for Winnacunnet. I would agree with you, Mike.
27 seconds to go in the first quarter. 4th and 2. Balls on the 29-yard line. Powers and Fuller in the backfield behind McDougal. Split.
Bedford definitely came out on defense too early. They set their D way too early.
McDougal. First guy through is Fuller, and he's got 2 yards for a first down. Ball's on the ground. Who's got it? Who's got it? They're trying to.
I think they're going to say. I think they're going to say it was on the ground. Yeah, nope. They got it. Bedford. They got it. Bedford
fumble.
Got it.
Winnacunnet fumble. Now Bedford recovers. Huge, because that was a first down.
Yeah,
for Winnacunnet.
I would say that is as even as the other one. So they're evened off right now, and that's a big play for Bedford. They didn't stop the first down. They lost the first down. What a turn of events for Bedford here. Let's see if they can make something happen.
22 seconds to go in the first quarter. Bedford is on their own 25. They're going to go 75 yards to pay dirt and try and tie this thing up.
And the Bedford defense deserves a lot of credit in this game, Mike. They're playing hard. They don't care what the score is.
Toscano, Anagnos in the backfield with Morgan. Anagnos comes this way, finds a hole, cuts it back, and immediately swamped by a host of Winnacunnet Warriors, maybe a yard. It looks like they're giving him a loss on that one now. I thought that was a...
Yeah, he was straddling the line quite a ways, and when he turned back, you don't realize that you lose yardage. Yeah. When you pivot your foot, you lose a couple, and that's exactly what happened there.
So that's going to end the first quarter. The first quarter is in the books in this quarterfinal Division I 2017 football game with the Winnacunnet Warriors leading the Bedford Bulldogs 14-7.
Bedford dodged a big bullet right there to lose that first down to Winnacunnet and then get the ball back. Wow, that is a big play. But at some point, when you keep getting the ball back, you've got to execute, and Bedford's got to do something with this drive deep in their territory. Not deep, but pretty deep in their own territory.
So let's recap here in the first quarter. Bedford deferred, gave it to Winnacunnet. Winnacunnet went 3 and out. Ball went to Bedford. Morgan put together a nifty drive with a touchdown run off left tackle by Norfleet for Bedford.
Great run by Norfleet.
Bedford goes up 7-0. Winnacunnet's next possession, Powers on just a quick hitter on the right-hand side with 2 Bedford defenders trying to tackle the quarterback. Breaks it, goes, what was that, 40 yards at least, maybe more?
Yep.
For a touchdown.
Quick hit.
The good. Bedford goes 3 and out. Winnacunnet comes down on a drive. They stick it in the end zone. They're up 14-7. And that's how the first quarter ended. Now Bedford with the ball starting the second quarter.
You got to think this is really the first cold day that you could call it cold. You know, the ball seems to be getting coughed up a little bit on the running plays. It surprised me a little bit how many. So this is big for Bedford here. They've got the wind at their backs now. Let's see what they can do offensively.
Toscano and Ignace in the backfield with Morgan. Morgan waiting for the direct snap. Receiver to the right and left. Morgan straight back. Pump fakes, fires downfield. Another floater, and that's a caught by.
He's got it
for Bedford all the way.
Cole Glenn beats him.
Touchdown by
wow.
Glenn. No flags on the field. Touchdown. We got somebody down though on the Bedford side. That looks like
70.
That's number 7 for Bedford, and that's
Bourgeois.
Harry Lagoulon.
Lagoulon, yeah, that's
holding his leg after a huge 75-yard touchdown by Cole Glennon. Morgan to Glennon.
That ball looked like a wounded duck when it went up, but it just kept on going. I just said right before the play, let's see the wind at their back. I don't think the wind hurt him on that play at all. Cole Glennon ran right into it, perfect distance, and then to watch Cole keep his stride there and get some separation and go all the way for the TD.
I'm sorry, that was
Lacombe.
That was not Lagoulon. I apologize.
Yeah, but he's walking off.
But he's up and he's walking off on his own field. So I apologize for calling that. It was Lacombe that was down. Lagoulon was not down. Bedford now ready to put the point after on. Aiello ready to tie this game up.
Wow.
Great football game here in Winnacunnet Stadium, home of the Warriors. Okay, Bedford is set, ball's down, kick is up, and it is good.
Aiello, sure, almost every time on those extra points. Good timing, do a lot of nice work. Tied up, Mike.
14 to 14. You know what? This is what you need. This is what you need in the first quarterfinal game in the Division I boys football here in Winnacunnet. Hampton, New Hampshire, home of the Warriors. Bedford answers on a beautiful 75-yard Morgan to Glennon touchdown.
So clearly in this game, we have enough time gone that has expired that we know it's not going to be like last game. It's a different game the way it's working out here.
No question.
And Bedford, I just give incredible credit to their defense, Mike. Bedford's defense, very easy to break down against a solid Winnacunnet team like this. And they haven't. And they've held strong, and they've given their offense enough opportunities to move the ball.
Powers and Welch deep for the Warriors. Aiello ready to kick this thing off. Now he's got the wind to his back. Let's see if he can do the same thing that Mr. Gagnon was doing for Winnacunnet. All right, so Aiello ready to kick it off. Kick is on the way, and it's a low kick. It's a low kick on the ground, picked up by number 12, gets to the 20, 25, brought down about the 30, 31-yard line, and that was Evan Welch with a nice return. Yeah,
nice tackle by, looks like 21 from Bedford. Terrific tackle. Yeah, Michael Oxton, just a tremendous, he shot a vector, Mike, and he went and broke right down and made a terrific tackle. But the Warriors do have the ball out in the 31-yard line. Let's see how the Bedford defense, so far, I think they've responded pretty well, all things considered.
We got the officials calling a timeout here. We're not sure why, with 11:18 to go until halftime, with the score tied 14-14. The Bedford Bulldogs coming into the Winnacunnet Stadium here, 6-3. Was the last, I guess, probably the last guy to fill a slot here.
Yep.
And coming into the 9-0 Winnacunnet Warriors, and Bedford holding their own 14-14. So
turnovers so far have been a factor of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, on both sides.
So,
and both turnovers, to me, I thought may have been after the whistle, but it's hard to tell on the one that Bedford recovered because it was on the other side of the field. But I agree with you, Mike. It did look like if at least the one that the Warriors picked up from Bedford was at or a little bit after. But hey, they make the call and you play the game.
You got to play the game.
You
absolutely.
Got it.
The guys who are calling out there doing a great job. The
they
Stripes. So it looks like.
And this is a veteran staff, obviously, here.
Okay, so now they're getting ready now, and McDougal's bringing out the Warriors. I'm not sure why that timeout was in play.
Maybe commercial? I don't know.
Looks like Powers and Full in the backfield behind McDougal. McDougal ready to take the snap. Ball's down, first guy through his powers, and he gets swamped up, maybe a yard gain.
Yeah. Toscano playing a good game right now at linebacker whenever he's getting an opportunity to get in the game. Defensive line doing a good job. With the Bedford, whenever they don't allow Winnacunnet to get to pull them in, where they get separation from the offensive line, they seem to be able to make the stops.
Looks like the ball's up to the 31-yard line. That was a gain of 2.
Now Bedford's have moved their tackles further outside.
2nd and 8. McDougal under center. Sets the line. McDougal, first guy through, and now he keeps the ball and goes the other way. He's at the 40, 45,
He's
50.
not going to beat Glennon, though.
Nope. Cuts back, and this time Legulon does drag him down with a positive gain up to the
anytime
territory.
you get that turning around, blocks in the back happen.
So smart play what McDougal did. He was going to hand it off to the first back through. He realized the first back was already tackled in the backfield, pulled the ball back, and went this way for a positive gain.
Yeah. Did they pick up the flag? Yeah.
No, they're calling illegal block in the back.
And that's what happens.
Coming back.
That's what happens when your guys try to run too many directions. There's no way that your offensive blocking can keep up with that, and that's where the blocks in the back happen. You're better off, Mike, just if you look at statistically, you're much better off choosing your lane, running it, and take what they give you. So
instead of first down into Bedford territory now, this is going. It's going to be a first down, but it's going to be moved back.
Yeah.
Still in Winnacunnet territory. Ball's on the 48-yard line.
So far, I'm been, as I said earlier, I'm really impressed with Bedford's defense. They are not interested in what the clock says or the scoreboard says. They're out here to play a defensive game, and they're doing a good job. Let's see how they do here.
Powers and Fuller split behind McDougal. 2-set receiver to the left. Winnacunnet set. McDougal takes the snap. First guy through. Powers, big hole coming this way. 40, 45, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown.
Yeah.
Powers.
Very.
No one was around.
No one was around. Outstanding inside seal block by the right tackle. Just a terrific job. That is such a well-run, well-designed, and well-executed on the field play by Winnacunnet, Mike.
Touchdown, Winnacunnet.
They are
another
explosive.
Great run by
they
Powers.
Are explosive.
You got to wrap this kid up. He's going to burn you all day long.
Yeah, but it's not just Powers. It's also the pay. You notice the rhythm that was on that play. I was going to say it as they were doing it. They've got their rhythm back again.
Gagnon back for the point after to put Winnacunnet up.
Really have to admire that football, Mike. That execution is terrific.
So snap is ready to go. Ball is down, kick is up. It's blocked.
Oh.
No good. So that was blocked by a Bedford
high
defender.
Snap.
20 to 14 Winnacunnet with 10:20 to go till halftime. Boy, up and down.
Up and down. But that's a moral victory for Bedford to block that kick, because it does change the scoring of the game a little bit. Let's see how they can respond. But getting back to Winnacunnet, boy, they run that play with precision. And that seal block, number 64, you see they were just giving him kudos at coach's sidelines. What an unbelievable seal block that he did to open up Powers down the field. It's all 11 guys working together to make that play happen.
52-yard touchdown by Powers. No one touched him when this kid got through the line.
And he knows exactly the lane to take. He stretches that outside and runs right down the hash marks along the side. He's got some speed, doesn't he?
Oh, absolutely.
So they got the Tomahawk song playing there. That's
Shabrick and Monpini back deep for Bedford. Yeah, I got my feelings about that Tomahawk song, but I'll keep it to myself.
I also got a feeling they're gonna against the wind. They're not gonna kick it deep. No, they're gonna pound it. Yeah,
comes up, and that's gonna get into the end zone. So it's gonna be a touchback.
Yeah, Noah Shabrick back receiving the ball with Monpini. But kind of took a funky bounce there off of that line drive kick.
So Bedford will take possession with 10:20 to go till halftime, trailing 20 to 14 here at Winnacunnet Stadium, home of the Warriors in Hampton, New Hampshire.
This is where the game, I mean, we had it before when it was 14 to 7, Mike. This is where who's going to open up a 2-score lead.
3 receivers set for Bedford, 2 to the right, 1 to the left, 2 in the backfield with Morgan. Looks like Norfleet and Anagnost. Morgan, second guy through, Anagnost swallowed up, gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage, falls forward for a yard or two.
Every time Aganos runs, you think it's a 2 or 3 yard loss, and he finds a way to just earn some hard yardage to get past the line of scrimmage. You don't see those on the stat sheets, but boy, they mean something because there was nothing on that play.
2nd and 9, Bedford with possession, the ball trailing 6, 2nd and 9 to go, ball on the 21-yard line. Bedford moving from our right to left. Toscano in the backfield with the 2-split set. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Morgan waiting for the snap. Snap comes, fakes to Norfleet, goes back to pass, fires far side.
Oh boy, they're lucky that wasn't a pick 6. Yeah.
Bedford's receivers fell down. That was.
I thought Tommy did. Sorry, Mike. I thought Tommy did a nice job there of the fake, but why he didn't immediately run outside and draw those defenders up? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, he does a terrific fake there. He's got to start sprinting to the outside to create a potential run attack to drive those DBs and then pass accordingly from there. And he just kind of stayed there.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Looks like Norfleet in the backfield with Morgan. Morgan fakes, drops back the fast, fires. It was tipped.
Nice pass
by Glennon. Boy, I'll tell you, Glennon,
he just gave up a first down.
Glennon had the first down.
He just gave up a first down.
They gave him forward
Wow,
motion.
I can't believe that.
That's a spot. That was a spot.
That is
favored Bedford, but I don't think that was the right call because he caught it and went backwards. He should have been.
Wow, did you see Coach
giving him the first down?
I can't believe that.
If I'm Winnacunnet, I'm not happy.
Yeah, if I'm Winnacunnet, I'm very unhappy.
Yeah.
He tried to juke him and run him, and he ran backwards. And you even knew it because Coach came over and was screaming at him, saying, "What are you doing? Stop this psychedelic stuff."
But Bedford will take it on a Glennon catch and first down. 9:08 to go. Bedford trailing 20-14.
He won't do that again, Mike.
Probably. We hope not.
No, he won't. He's a smart kid.
4 receivers set, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Empty backfield with Morgan. Morgan drops back, then takes the ball straight up, 30, 35, up to the 39-yard line, almost to a first down.
Number 44 has the spy responsibility there on that quarterback, and he faded back with the rest of the defenders, and you saw him hitting his helmet on himself because he knew he made a tactical mistake. And give Tommy Morgan credit. They got to do that more. You see that up front. In this game, you take
play.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You set and go, and you take the yardage just given to you.
Empty backfield again. This is a 5-receiver set, 2 to the right, 3 to the left. Morgan, empty backfield, waiting for the snap. 2nd down and under a yard to go. Man in motion. This is Norfleet. Fake to Norfleet. Morgan tries to get back to the line. He's dropped for a loss.
Yeah, wrong decision. He should have given it to Norfleet.
I would have given it to Norfleet.
Yeah, what he's got to do is he's got to read that defensive end biting down, and then if he can, get the defensive end read first. He bit right down. You're supposed to give that to Tommy Norfleet in that case.
3rd and 1.
Just made a mistake, that's all.
Ball's on the Bedford 39-yard line. Bedford with possession, trailing Winnacunnet 20-14 with 7:54 to go till halftime. Bedford comes out with a split receiver set, 1 to the right, 1 to the left, 2 in the backfield with Morgan. Morgan waiting for the snap. Man in motion, Norfleet. Morgan takes it, goes right side. He falls forward for a first down.
He did nice job there. Nice keeper, and he turned upfield quickly. First seam you see on short yardage, you turn upfield and you take it because it's not going to get any better if you go outside.
So Bedford moves the sticks now.
I like the design of the play because they had Toscano in motion outside. That draws the outside backer outside, and that's what opens up that seam. He can't fill that gap.
7:24 to go.
Sorry, Mike. I really get into the running game. I'm sorry, buddy.
4 receiver set, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Toscano in the backfield with Morgan. Morgan waiting for the snap. Man in motion. That's Crowley. This time fakes, throws out to Crowley in the flat, gets it to the 40, 45, 50, gets a block, and then brought down. Nice pickup by Crowley.
This is the funny thing about Morgan. Morgan will all of a sudden make a mistake,
rookie mistake.
A rookie mistake, and the kid just keeps on coming. I really admire that grit.
Comes back like a pro.
He's unreal. That's a sign of a developing quarterback. That's great.
Nice play by Tommy Morgan.
He doesn't let things get him down, and he's got good constitution, good resources working with him mentally. And boy, if you're going to play quarterback, you got to have that.
They're coming out. They're going to measure the ball here. It's pretty close. So the officials have called for the sticks with 6:59 to go till halftime. Bedford with the ball, trailing Winnacunnet 20-14 here at Winnacunnet Stadium in beautiful Hampton, New Hampshire.
And somebody's up there in a glider, Mike, having a hell of a time riding those offshore wind currents, and I'll tell you.
Better them than me.
Yeah, better them than me, too. How do you figure that? How do they do that? Go up there without an engine and float around, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Here we go. They didn't get it. So
he's moving.
They're gonna bring the ball to the first stripe, and it's going to be 2nd down and inches to go.
Yeah, and this is what every offensive coordinator loves. You got 2nd down and inches, and you can do so many things: run, throw, play action, whatever. They love it. Inside the Warriors' territory again.
Yeah, Bedford inside Warriors territory on the 49-yard line. 2nd and 1, 6:59 to go till halftime. Bedford breaks, comes out. This time with a 5-receiver set, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Morgan, empty backfield. Morgan ready for the snap, gets set. Snap comes back. Morgan back the pass over the middle. Caught by Toscano to the 40, 35, and out of bounds. Nice pickup.
Yeah, toughest thing for a defense to do, especially at the high school level, is catch a running back out of the backfield. That was a well-designed play and a nice, quick decision by Tommy Morgan to get it to him while he had open space.
First down moves the sticks. Ball's on the 36-yard line of Winnacunnet. Bedford with a nice drive. 6:39 to go till halftime. This time, Bedford comes out with Anagnos in the backfield with Morgan. 4 receivers set, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Morgan waiting for the snap. Snap comes back, fake to Anagnos, fires off to the flat. That's Crowley, breaks a tackle, gets up to about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, a missed opportunity there by the Winnacunnet. They had Crowley right back at the line of scrimmage, and he made a nice inside move, but it was north-south, and he was able to get some yards after the catch. And that puts him in a much better position, 2nd and 5.
Clock continues, 6:17 to go till halftime. And Bedford with a nice little drive here in Winnacunnet territory.
Yeah, better play calling here, stretching out the field a little bit on Winnacunnet, trying to draw them out.
5 receivers set, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Morgan, empty backfield. Waiting for the snap. Ball comes back. Morgan falls straight back. A lot of pressure. Fires far side. Caught. Wow. That looks like Crowley gets a first down. Boy, I'll tell you. And there's a flag. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty.
Yep. It's going to put him down about inside around the 10-yard line.
Pretty dumb penalty.
Or sooner. That was not a smart penalty right there. But give Tommy Morgan credit. He's slinging the ball like Doug Flutie did, where he's just throwing his sidearm. He sees something quick. He's going for it.
He was going to be crushed. That's why he got rid of it.
Yeah. Well.
Nice play by Tommy Morgan under pressure.
Yeah, but crisis is the mother of invention, Mike.
There you go.
And that he had him out there. He knew it, and he was on his vision side, and he fired the ball.
After they marked off that 15-yard penalty, unsportsmanlike.
On the 11-yard line.
Now it goes down to from the 31 down to the 11 after that catch.
Yeah, yeah. He's frustrated over there. You can see. Knows he made a mistake.
1st and 10, balls on the 11, 5:50 to go till halftime with Bedford trailing the Winnacunnet Warriors 20-14. Bedford with a nice drive here. Morgan mixed it up. Good running, good passing, a lot of good passing on this drive. So here we go. Bedford comes out with a 2-receiver set, 1 to the left, 1 to the right. Norfleet, Anagnos in the backfield with Morgan. Morgan waiting to snap. Man in motion, that's Lagulon. Here comes the catch and gives it back to Lagulon. Comes the other, a little trick play, and he gets down. And,
one of the things you don't want to do here is you got to hold a whole drive that's methodical and working, and then you decide to run, get a little fancy and run east-west, and before you know it, that's the difference between 7 points and 3 right there with a kicker like Aiello.
Yeah.
They got to be very careful here. They don't go away from their game plan like they just did.
Yeah.
That's a costly down right there.
That was kind of a trick play. It would have been great if it worked, but Lagulon got tackled for a loss. So here we go. 5 receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Morgan in the back, empty backfield. Morgan waiting for the snap, and we got a whistle. And
looks like a timeout.
A timeout, Winnacunnet. So I think they're down to maybe 1 because they called one earlier. But you know what? You can't take them in the locker room.
Yeah, and I don't think that that's a bad call by Winnacunnet. The only thing is if they need that timeout going down to the end of the second half, but. Not a bad call in my opinion, because when you start backing up and backing up and backing up on these 6-7 minute drives like Winnacunnet is right now, you got to do something to give these guys a rest, get them some water, motivate them, let them know look, we can still be leading this game. They got second and 11. You know, we make the stop right now, and they have to. ILO's got to kick a field goal. We're still up in the game, and I think that's kind of what the conversation is. Remotivate these guys, realign them, and hey, you're still in lead in this game. Yeah. Let them know.
With plenty of time too to get
with plenty of time to get the ball back.
So.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. Boy, this crowd has grown since over the last last half hour here.
Good crowd. The nice folks from Hampton came out and they're supporting this Winnacunnet 9-0 team for good reason. And you know what? There's a decent Bedford crowd here, too.
Yeah, there is.
People have traveled from Bedford over to the coast, and here we go. So it's second 11, ball on the 13, empty backfield, 5 receivers set, 2 to the right, 3 to the left. Morgan waiting for the snap, waiting for his line to get set. Waiting for the snap. Ball comes back. Morgan fakes, comes up the middle, and he's brought down.
Yeah, they blitzed. I think that's part of that timeout was formulate a play that closes the gap. Tommy made the right decision. There was nobody open. And I don't even, he lost another 3 yards right there.
It's 3rd and
big play.
14 to go. Ball's on the 15-yard line.
That's why that timeout was called, Mike. Reset. The coaches saw something. This is an important down.
4:44 and counting here in Winnacunnet. Bedford now. 3rd down, ball on the 15-yard line. Ball comes back, fires in the end zone to Shabrick and overthrows him.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Shabrick had separation right there.
Not only had separation, he had 6 inches on his receiver.
Absolutely, and there's the play right there. That was it. And they're going to probably have to bring Aiello out to try to kick, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate for the Bedford side. They had a missed opportunity. Tommy's got to start throwing the ball, over the top a little bit. The sidearm throws are not really working. Got to work on the mechanics of his throwing.
So
but
let's see what Joe Aiello can do. Ball is going to be set on the, what do we got, 21-yard line?
Yeah, 31-yard field goal.
31-yarder. Ball is down, kick is up, and it is good.
Good, wow.
Aiello with a 31-yard field goal.
This kid's been doing it all year long.
To bring Bedford to within 3, 20-17. That extra point that Winnacunnet missed is big because another field goal ties this thing up. But
absolutely.
Anyway, 4:24 to go till halftime. Aiello's 31-yard field goal brings Bedford to within 3. Trailing the Winnacunnet Warriors 20-17.
So 4:24, they got 1 timeout left over in Winnacunnet, if I'm not mistaken. So they can stop the clock if they have a long drive. But this is a drive that with Bedford having all, I believe they have all 3. I don't think Bedford's called one. Yeah. So if they get them deep in the zone, they could be stopping the clock here to try to get the ball back again. So
I think the first guy they're going to stop is Powers because he's burnt them twice now.
No question.
Long drive.
No question.
You got to watch Powers. So he's back there deep. He's back there with
so hard
number
to stop.
12, Evan Welch.
So hard to stop when you get you get seal blocking like that from the guards. And you got a guy with that speed working off that block.
And
wow.
It's a thing of beauty when they pull it off.
It is.
The guy's through the hole, and he's got speed, and he's down the field before you
Chris
know
knows I get all excited about that, right, Chris? I love a good run.
Aiello ready to kick. Kick is down. It is deep. It's heading down to number 6. Touches it and goes into the end zone. So that's a touchback, and it's a nice kick. Powers had a chance to field it, but it went through his hands. And
I like the move by Aiello to kick that thing like a line shot with the wind at your back. I like the idea.
So Winnacunnet's going to take over, leading Bedford by 3, 20-17 with 4:24 to go till halftime.
Temperature's dropping.
Temperature's dropping.
Ball's going to get...
the sun's sinking.
Yeah.
It's going to be a different half temperature-wise.
The grip on the piggy is not going to be as strong going in the second half here as it drops in temperature.
So looks like Fuller, Powers split in the backfield behind McDougal. We got the officials going over talking to the Bedford sideline. They're having a little conference over there, and they're wondering what that's all about. Here comes Coach Stank. He just
maybe clearing up timeouts, the amount of timeouts that are left.
Well, no, he handed him the
Actually,
football.
it's the ball, right? Yeah.
And he's wondering.
What's that about, Mike?
Well, see, every team provides their own football, and I'm not sure if that was the Bedford football that got into the game and they're bringing it out, or what's going on, because Winnacunnet does have the ball here. So they're conferring right now trying to figure out what's going on. Now the head officials jogging over to the sideline to talk to the Winnacunnet head coach. Would like to be a fly in the wall for that conversation, but it was something about the football that came over and it's out of the game.
Well, was it about Winnacunnet needing to play one down with Bedford's football the way it went, or what?
No, you shouldn't have to, not on the kickoff.
I don't think so. Kickoff should be automatic. You get to bring your own ball in.
Fuller and Powers still in the backfield. We got a first down indication, which means they're going to snap this ball and get this thing going.
And the chop coming on again on the.
All right, with 4:24 to go, McDougal brings out the Warriors. Fuller and Powers in the backfield. Two receivers to the left. McDougal sets, comes this way. First guy through is Fuller, and he gets a few yards before he's brought down.
Yeah, he gets about 3 or 4 there. That's what the play is designed to get. Wants to get them within striking distance. They got 4 yards. Now a short pass can get them to a first down, so it changes the way your defense has to play, and that's what the, with the running and with the play action, with the wing T style offense is designed for.
So here we go. Fuller in the backfield with Powers. McDougal under center.
Look for McDougal on a pass here.
To the left.
Look for McDougal on a pass.
McDougal comes back, pitches at the Powers, far side, tries to turn the corner, gets some good
Whoa!
The guy.
I don't know what the penalty would be there.
Boy, I don't know what it is either.
Yeah, because everything seemed clean. Now there's some frustration on the Bedford sideline over there.
But the official came out quick with that flag, so we're going to see what it is. Looks like it's going to go.
Targeting? I don't know what in the world he could call on that. I wouldn't know why.
The Winnacunnet team is
backing
jumped up, though.
He jumped.
So we're not sure what that. What's that?
He's going to try to call him for hurdling a player.
Hurdling a player?
He's going to call against Winnacunnet?
That was a great athletic move. We got some fans giving us some advice on maybe a flag being called for hurdling a player.
I don't get that one.
Well, the officials are over talking about it. That looked like just a good athletic move to me. So let's see. Here comes the head official, and it is going to be a penalty. Personal foul against Winnacunnet, and that's going to back them up 15 yards. I'd love to know what that call was. Anybody know what that call was? 15 yards, backing them up.
Wow.
As a personal foul, we saw that indication. I'd just love to know what it was, and I want to. So Powers is out and Granger is in.
Yeah, that could be a safety call.
1st and 10, ball is on the 24-yard line, so they back them up.
As in keeping players safe. I don't know. Boy.
So McDougal under center, Granger's in the backfield with Fuller.
This game's had some interesting stuff in it, Mike, so far, and it's still the first half.
It hasn't run that smooth because now the officials are still conferring down there over the ball.
I think that's the placement of the ball. So basically just wipes out everything and makes it 1st and 10.
1st and 10 on the 20. So here we go. Granger and Fuller in the backfield. Boy, the officials are still trying to confer in this thing.
Yeah. It's a lot of conference, but, you have to get it right.
Get it right. I totally agree. The weather's nice. We're sitting out here in Hampton Beach.
And daylight savings time doesn't come till tomorrow night, right?
Watching, I think it's tonight.
Is it tonight? Sunday night.
Sunday night.
Yeah, Sunday night.
Right,
yeah, they changed it to Sunday night.
Oh, okay.
They must have known New Hampshire football was going on, so they held it back another night, right? All right, here we go.
Dougal under center. 2 receivers to the right. Comes back, comes this way, looks to a flare pass out in the sidelines, and it goes to number 12, and he's immediately tackled.
It's a nice.
That went out to Welch.
Nice tackle there by Mumpini. There, he's such a short tackler.
First down play though. It was a nice play by Welch.
Mumpini was missing some tackles in the beginning of the year. We talked about that, Mike, where he was going for the pick a little too much. This kid has really, really improved that element of his game. Just terrific.
3:23 and counting. Winnacunnet leading with the ball, 20-17. McDougal has 2 receivers to the left. Fuller and Granger in the backfield. Comes back. McDougal with the ball, tries to get away, and he's brought down by Dwight. But
Yeah, these
positive yards again. This was a nice run.
Yeah, he looked like he planted Twight's hand on his he planted his hand on Twight's helmet. Surprised, it's getting a little chippy there on the sidelines. I think that's what the ref, that's what the coach is talking to the ref about on the sidelines, where he called a personal there and he's called that here. That was
ball is on the Winnacunnet 40. Now that's the second first down in a row for Winnacunnet. So Bedford hasn't figured them out in this drive. 3 minutes to go till halftime.
no lack of physicality, Mike, in this game. Both of these teams won it.
Granger
which is great.
and Fuller in the backfield, split behind McDougal. Two receivers to the left. McDougal sets Winnacunnet, kicks it off, fires far side. Winnacunnet Warrior tries to cut up, does, and gets some positive yards after he should have been caught in the backfield.
Should have been in the backfield, 4 yard. Should have been a 4 yard loss.
Yeah.
It's at least a 4 yard gain.
That was Granger.
Wouldn't you say, Mike?
I would say so.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
So 2:40 and counting till halftime.
Chariots of Fire now on their 35th anniversary,
Boy,
1982,
they're mixing
this
it up.
week when the movie came out.
Ball is on the Winnacunnet 44-yard line.
Little trivia there. Mike didn't like it.
Granger and Fuller in the backfield.
God bless his brother was a great track star, so I
behind-
don't know. I thought he'd like that.
Behind McDougal, two receivers to the right. McDougal sets the line. First guy through. Fuller gets a few yards, and it's a flag down.
Flag
That's
down.
gotta be holding.
It's got to be holding, Mike. I can't unless his defensive hands of the face. That's got to be holding. I think it's holding.
Yeah. Let's see what the indication is. The officials come out. It was in the. So it is a holding call against Winnacunnet, and that's going back. Still going to be second down.
Yeah, and those quick hitters, sometimes the defense, give the defensive lineman credit. He probably won the battle, and what happens is they'll clutch it if that's what they saw. I don't know, but I'm assuming it is. And they'll grab onto the shirt, hook the shoulder. Those sort of things happen to make the play work. And then it gets dissected on film later.
So that goes back to the Winnacunnet, looks like 33-yard line.
Yeah, Winnacunnet moving the football, but losing more yardage than gaining on penalties here.
Second and 16 to go. They mark
2 minutes.
34-yard line. Two receivers to the right. McDougal under center. Powers back in with Fuller. McDougal sets the line. Snap comes back, looks to pass, fires this way, caught by, that looks like Welch, number 12. And Welch with a...
It's a lot of yardage that he just gained back there, Mike. He gained back almost 10 yards.
So it's going to be 3rd and 7. Ball looks like it's going to be on the Warriors' 43-yard line.
Warriors will be kicking into the wind if they can't execute here.
1:23 to go and counting. Well, they're going to have to pick up a chunk of yards if they're going to try and attempt a field goal.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that Kevin Gagnon doesn't have the leg. He does. But they still need to get a few more yards
they do.
before they attempt that.
They got a minute left, and they've only got one timeout, I believe, correct?
Granger and Fuller in the backfield behind McDougal. Receiver to the right, receiver to the left. McDougal straight back to pass. Looks downfield, covered. Now steps up and runs over to 50, up to the 40-yard line of Bedford. So McDougal with a great pickup.
And almost got tackled in bounds, McDougal. I don't think he was looking to get out of bounds. He should have been, but
so coverage good for Bedford.
That stops the
McDougal
clock.
Tucks it and go.
51 seconds. That's a big gain right there.
Big first down for Winnacunnet. Ball's on the Bedford 40-yard line with 51 seconds to go to half.
And
Winnacunnet with the ball, leading by 3.
But with only one timeout.
So here we go. Looks like Powers and Fuller in the backfield. McDougal under center, two receivers to the left. Set, comes back, Powers straight up the middle. He gets nowhere.
I do not understand that play call for the life of me.
Well, we're not sure if they're just trying to keep it on one side of the field or not, but this is still going to be a boot for whoever it's going to be.
Yeah,
it's
but
going to be 40, 50.
that's not how. I do not understand that. Why wouldn't you run a play out of bounds? Nobody can beat him outside.
And then why don't you call timeout, and then Winnacunnet does.
It's just, and after giving up 11 seconds, I don't understand that offensive run at all. That made no sense.
Brain freeze on
play
the
call,
staff.
and then when they call the timeout, they just a double whammy right there. And that now they can't stop the clock.
Right. Now they're out of timeouts. 33 seconds to go. Winnacunnet with the ball and leading Bedford 20-17 here at Warrior Stadium.
Critical error. I mean, you got 43 seconds. I mean, you had 51 seconds, right? And then you run, and then all of a sudden yeah, okay, I'll go along with that. You're listening to BCTV, Channel 23 in Bedford, providing you live coverage. Live coverage.
And 105.1 WBNH Radio.
No, there's no radio.
No
what are you
radio?
talking? That's why I didn't say that, Mike.
Oh, man, I miss radio. I miss
But
Harry.
you can
That's why
tune
there's
in.
no
You
radio.
can listen to it on BCTV as well, though.
And you're streaming this one.
And you're streaming, so.
All right, here we go. McDougal
All right,
now.
we'll try to improve that next, all right.
And not over center. She's waiting for the snap in the backfield. McDougal back, looking to pass, fires to Powers in the flat, gets to the 40, and he's brought down immediately.
I do not understand these play calls whatsoever. You've got to have a play that is designed to get outside, get out of bounds, Mike.
20 seconds and counting. McDougal spikes it, so they're going to try. They're going to get another play or two off, depending on what they're going to call here. But that was not a good play to Powers in the flats, brought down immediately.
Yeah, so they believe in 16 seconds. They can fire the ball downfield, get down there and call a time, and get down there and spike the ball within that time. Now, if they get a first down, they do have to, give an opportunity for to stop the clock when the ball is placed, Mike. Correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it has to be beyond the first down marker to make this thing work. Otherwise, we're going in for halftime.
McDougal.
It's fourth down anyway.
McDougal in the backfield now, not under center, with Powers next to him. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. McDougal back to pass. Plenty of protection. Still plenty of protection waiting, and fires deep downfield, and that is incomplete. So that has 5 seconds to go, so they're going to get one more shot at this.
I'm going to say it quietly, Mike. That is a very poor execution of an offensive drive. I do not understand that at all. You had one timeout with 51 seconds left.
That was fourth down.
That was fourth down. That's the point.
Wow.
I don't understand. Why wouldn't you do an out pattern to get it down into all that space underneath? Why wouldn't you throw an out pattern down to the 30-yard line, 27-yard line, 25-yard line, give an opportunity to kick? I don't get it.
Bedford comes out, and looks like they're going to take the victory stance. They're going to take a knee.
Can you blame them? There's a moral victory just on going into halftime with this. This is terrific for Bedford.
So Morgan under center, takes a knee, and that's going to bring us into halftime with the score. Winnacunnet Warriors 20, Bedford Bulldogs 17 on a great first half of football here at Hampton, New Hampshire, Winnacunnet Stadium. We're back. Welcome back. 2 minutes to go till kickoff in the second half. What a great game. We're here at Winnacunnet Stadium, Hampton, New Hampshire, visiting Bedford on a 20-17 losing end of a great first half of football. Got another half of football coming in. Mike Robinson with Steve Beals ready to call the second half action. Steve, what does Bedford have to do to overcome this and win it? What does Winnacunnet have to do to maintain the lead?
Listen to this song in the background. That's what they got to do.
Rocky.
They got to have that attitude when they come out. Is that all you got? Is that all you got? And you have to play that way till there's no time left, because the team that is not victorious has got a long winter, and some of these guys will never play football again. Many of them will, but that's what you got to do. You got to come out and expend everything you have, play composed, but organize, a very organized, aggressive attitude. Come out, execute your game plan, support your teammates. Come on, this is it. This is it. Everybody's got to remind each other how important every single play is.
Well, the other thing that I like to see about what I saw in this first half was a young Thomas Morgan coming out.
How do you not like this kid?
Bedford was down. They come back. They went back and forth, and they had a chance really to tie this thing up. But a 31-yard field goal by Joe Aiello got them to within 3. So this is a no-quit Bedford Bulldog team here today in Winnacunnet. And because they won the toss and deferred, they're going to get the ball to start the second half. And we're going to be kicking this thing.
Well, I thought Coach Stank did the right thing. He's got the benefit of the wind as well on moving down the field here in the third quarter, if I'm not mistaken. And but I just like the idea of deferring when you're away, because at least that way, if you do have a decent first half, you're going to get the ball and you don't give the home field advantage there. So I think that's a great call. Speaking of some good music, a little AC/DC doesn't hurt here in the second half to wind everybody up. The other thing, Mike, turnovers. I think this game is close enough right now where, you know, if they make the turnovers and you don't, boy, you got a good shot of winning this game.
Mumpini and Shabrick deep for Bedford. Gagnon ready to kick it off for Winnacunnet, going from our left to right. Second half is just beginning with the ball not deep. Picked up by the up man. That looks like Crowley. Crowley puts two hands on the ball, gets up to the 36-yard line.
You love to see that. Two hands on the football, knows his job, and he does it. A guy, when he gets that ball, is better not fumble or he'll be off. And he knew it, and the discipline paid off there. And he still got about 11 yards on the return. So Bedford starting off here on the 35, Mike, with good field position.
So with the sun going down, the temperature's dropping. Bedford comes out with their first possession. Looks like Anagnos in the backfield. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Morgan waiting for the direct snap. Man in motion, that's Mumpini. Hand off to Mumpini, far side, trying to get a hole. Gets up and falls ahead for maybe a yard, possibly two.
Yeah, let's give 68 some credit from Bedford, the offensive lineman. What a terrific surge right there. Tim Galamanga, he is driving. That's what we're going to need, these offensive linemen on the offensive side of the ball for Bedford to keep on driving and moving their feet.
Four receivers set, three to the left, one to the right. Morgan in the backfield with Anagnos. Anagnos up the middle, Bulls. The line keeps falling forward for a good 3-4 yard gain. Going to be third down.
It's like about between 3 and 4. Looks like about 3, maybe 4, sorry. So already first down. Boy, those plays went quick, didn't they?
Certainly did. All right, so Bedford comes out. Third down and 4. Ball on their 41-yard line. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Anagnos in the backfield. Morgan waiting for the snap. Snap comes back. Anagnos right-hand side.
Nice.
First down and more. Put his head down.
What a nice run right there.
Into a first down.
He just turns upfield so well, Mike. He straddles east-west till the first seam he sees. He understands how the game is played, and he drove the ball and made a nice cut. And, boy, what a terrific job. That's a big first down to open up with.
Bedford with the ball. First drive of the second half. Norfleet in the backfield. Two receivers to the right, two to the left. Man in motion is Crowley. Hands off, fakes. Morgan now is in trouble, trying to find it. Fires it over, hits Crowley in the flats, comes up to about the 50-yard line, and there's a late hit out of bounds. Nobody threw that
I can't
flag.
believe they didn't throw the flag there, but maybe, hard to tell, Mike. Maybe he was in bounds when he was trying, and he was straddling upfield, so you may give him the benefit of the doubt there.
I like Morgan's
I love it.
play on that.
I love it. 4 weeks ago, he doesn't do that.
No. Second down and about, looks like 7 to go. It's a 3-yard gain. This time we have Norfleet in the backfield, two to the right, two to the left. Mumpini in motion. Mumpini now with a pass, throws it deep.
He's got him.
Field, and he's got Glennon. And dropped it. Glennon had it and dropped it on a running back option.
Little confused on the motion of that ball. It looked like he had him well led, then all of a sudden it just lost all its velocity.
Yeah.
And Cole, you could see he pulled up. And he said, whoa, what's going on here?
Sitting on the ground.
It doesn't appear, though, the wind was against him, like it was with him. It was kind of strange. But I like the call. I like the play call in that situation. They're stacking the box.
Keeps them honest.
Yeah. Remember we were talking at halftime, you and I together, we were talking about why is Mumpini in the game? Well, I guess and you had said maybe the second half. Here we go.
There's a game plan. Norfleet in the backfield, two receivers to the right, one to the left. Morgan drops back, fakes, fires over the middle, and catches Mumpini wide open with a first down catch, and it being brought down by a host of
Oh, boy, that's a late whistle right there. That whistle should have been blown. That's how guys get hurt.
What were you just saying about Mumpini?
Well, I said at halftime, I said, I walked up. I was having a delicious coastal clam chowder, by the way. It was terrific. And anyway.
Where was he? And now he's back.
Where was he? I said, boy, Mike, they haven't got Mumpini in the game. Here we go.
Empty backfield. 5 receivers set. 3 to the left, 2 to the three to the right, 2 to the left. Morgan takes the ball, waits, fires downfield.
He's got him
deep, and that was overthrown.
Yep, overthrown.
That was intended for was that Crowley?
Yes, Crowley.
Crowley,
yes.
incomplete.
Crowley's been a factor in this game. They've given him a lot of one-on-one matchups, and And Tommy Morgan's seeing it, and he's firing at him. So
second and 10, ball on the Winnacunnet 23. Bedford with the ball and driving, going from our right to left.
Never in love with first down passes, but you have to do them just to make the down honest. You know what I mean? So
Bedford comes out with a 4-receiver set, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Toscano in the backfield with Morgan. Morgan checking over the line, waiting for set. Mumpini in motion, fakes the Mumpini. He just caught his
helmet.
Face mask.
Yeah.
So anyways, Morgan goes down. He didn't get anything on that one.
So
maybe a yard.
I think they're within Aiello's range, but it'll be a heck of a kick. He's got the wind at his back here if Bedford, for some reason, can't get the 3rd and 8 conversion here.
That'd be a 40-yarder at this point.
Yeah,
so.
but it's got his wind to his back. He's got a leg.
Toscano in the backfield. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Morgan waiting the snap. Morgan gives it to Toscano right up the middle, breaks a tackle and falls forward. Not enough for a first down.
Yeah, but important yardage for a field goal.
Field goal.
Let's see if we see him come out.
2-down territory.
Yeah. No, they're not bringing him out.
They're bringing Anagnost out.
Yeah.
So here we go. It's a big play for Bedford. It's 4th. Oh, wait a minute. Now we do have a change coming out, and he is bringing them out. You better hurry up because they've burnt a lot of time doing this.
And you don't want to call a timeout. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
29. This
you gotta have that decision made on 3rd down, Mike.
All right, here comes Aiello attempting a field goal. Ball is down, kick is up, and it's
enough.
High, and it is good.
This kid's unbelievable.
Joe Aiello nails a field goal to tie this thing up at 20 in the first drive of the second half with 8:33 to go.
And that extra point miss, as you said earlier, Mike, is looming big here. Now it's a tie score. You got a fresh new ball game here. And give Bedford credit. They scored on that opening kickoff.
To your point, though, Steve, there was a little in. They wish we had used the clock a little more efficiently, getting Aiello out there promptly. They sort of rushed him out there and got him down, but nevertheless, it's good.
This kickoff team, the work off to the side that these guys have been doing off season, is showing on the field.
So Aiello with a big field goal to tie this thing, 8:34 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Bedford feeling, you can see they're all on their toes right now. And Anagnost and Northfleet looking to get the crowd into the game.
It's almost like whoever has the ball last is going to win this football game.
It feels that way, doesn't it?
We've got 2 very powerful offensive programs here in the Winnacunnet Warriors and the Bedford Bulldogs. So,
boy, up and
here we go. So
interesting music at a playoff.
Powers and Fuller deep for Winnacunnet. Aiello ready to kick it off.
Here we go. Boy, this is terrific.
Right to left. Aiello ready, kicks the ball. It's deep, end over end. Backs up Fuller at the goal line. He takes it, gets to the 5, 10, gets up to the 20. And Winnacunnet's going to take over about the 20-yard line.
Little bit of let's see what they can do. I mean, Bedford good lanes down there for Bedford on the coverage on the kickoff.
So big series for the Winnacunnet Warriors. They need to show something because by the end of the first half, that fizzled out. Yeah,
that did fizzle out. It's going to be interesting to see what they've got and the adjustments that they've made. Clearly, Mumpini is in the offense right now, Mike, as we were saying earlier.
Powers and Fuller split behind McDougal under center. 2 receivers to the right for the Warriors. McDougal takes the ball, and he's tackled for a loss trying to do a pitch, but he was dragged down by a couple of Bedford Bulldogs.
Looks like Lagulin, right?
That's number 7.
Yeah,
Harry Lagulin.
Harry Lagulin, terrific job. Bedford doing a great job. Again, this is where Coach Derek Stank is such an important part of the coaching staff other than being the head coach, and that is understanding how important it is to not allow those offensive linemen to pull you in tight. Bedford getting excellent separation on the defensive line and busting and controlling the line of scrimmage here. Let's see what happens.
Fuller and Powers in the backfield. Now Winnacunnet switches to the receivers to the left-hand side. McDougal under center. Line is set. McDougal fakes it, holds on to the ball, gets an opening, and he gets crushed and brought down. There's a flag down too.
Don't quite understand what that is, but
that could either be a block in the back or a holding call or where it came from. But we'll let them talk it over. And it looks like it's going to go against Bedford because the Winnacunnet Warriors are.
Yeah, that was That was Ryan Toscano, I believe, in on the tackle.
It's a personal foul against Bedford. Hit to the head. Hit to the head.
Didn't see that.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see that. I saw I saw the frontal portion of Ryan. I don't know if it was on Ryan or somebody else, but I didn't see that when Ryan came in tackle. I think you see that on film. That looked pretty clean to me.
So they're going to tack on a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down for Winnacunnet.
Well, that's a big penalty right there because that just brings them out. I mean, field position, Mike, is such a critical part of a game, any game, but it's really critical in the second half of a playoff game because it sets the tone.
Winnacunnet with the ball on their own 42-yard line.
Wow.
Fuller and Powers in the backfield. McDougal, 2 receivers to the left. McDougal sets the line, snap. First guy through that's 28. That's Fuller with a nice game.
Yeah,
big
boy,
game.
I'll tell you, that's downhill
14,
running right there,
yards.
Mike, right there. That's through the hole quick and running downhill. And
so Fuller with a big 15-yarder and a first down for Winnacunnet. So the penalty, 50-yard penalty, 15-yard, 30 yards in 2 plays.
that's pretty obvious, Mike. Neither one of these teams have quit in their vocabulary. This is going to be a grind all the way right to the end. Both of these teams have the mental toughness to stay focused and believe they can do it, and that's what you're seeing here.
Powers and Fuller in the backfield behind McDougal. McDougal fakes first man through, and he tries to hand it off, but gets crushed.
Yeah,
back to the line of scrimmage.
Bedford taking a risk again, blitzing 2 guys right there, but it paid off for him right there. Boy, I'll tell you, if you break through the line or that's a play-action pass, that can get really ugly for the defense in that situation. But you know what?
They might be setting them up for that, but who knows?
They may be.
Bedford's playing aggressive.
Yeah.
Winnacunnet's playing aggressive.
Can always tell when the coach runs after the quarterback. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised to see a play-action pass right here. Coach was pretty animated on the Warrior side, Mike.
Looks like Fuller and Powers behind McDougal, 2 receivers to the left.
They're playing way up. They're playing way up.
Fake pitch, come back this way.
They're playing way up.
Throws,
there it is.
This way to McDougal, and he drops it. So it was a pitch to the running back and a little flare over to McDougal, and McDougal dropped it.
Tommy Norfleet had him right there, though. If he caught that ball, that would have been a wealth of a hit. Tommy had him lined up about 12 yards out.
3rd and 10.
Good job by the Bedford defense for sure.
3rd and 10, Winnacunnet with the ball, driving from our left to right with 6:10 to go in the 3rd quarter. Game tied 20 apiece at Warrior Stadium.
Think this is 3rd down territory or not?
No question. So it looks like we've got Granger in the backfield now with Fuller behind McDougal, 2 receivers to the right. McDougal comes this way, ready to pass, fires downfield, and is caught right out of bounds. That's number 12. That's Welch.
Anytime you have a quarterback that can roll out, look down the field on the run and fire it like that, fire a dart like that, Mike, I'll tell you what, upper level colleges, upper level.
The senior,
yeah,
Evan Welch with a big catch and a big first down.
Oh, the old recruiters say, that's pretty good because that's high caliber football right there. That's a great job by McDougal.
So it looks like Granger and Fuller in the backfield. McDougal under center, 2 receivers to the right. Powers in the backfield. Check that. McDougal sets the line. First guy through is Fuller and gets maybe a couple yards.
I'll tell you, Winnacunnet's got to be careful because Bedford's riding that play on first down where they're charging the A-gaps, and they could very well spring the ball loose, Mike, if they catch a guy before a clean handoff.
And I'll tell you, McDougal took a hit on that one.
He took a whack.
They're popping this kid every time he hands the ball off.
Yeah.
Legal hits. That will take its toll as the game goes on. With 5:38 to go.
It's a nice response on first down by Bedford. They've done it the 2 of the last 3 first downs that Winnacunnet's got.
Looks like Powers and Granger in the backfield behind McDougal. McDougal, broken play, goes to the left. No one's there. Immediately tackled and brought down for no gain. It's going to be
those
third
are serious
down and 7.
mistakes right there. You're trying to close it. You're almost in the red zone at this point, and you've got to execute in order to score.
Winnacunnet with the ball in Bedford territory. Ball in the 27. Big play here, although we've said this before. This is definitely 2-down territory. 3rd down and 7 to go with 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Score knotted at 20 apiece.
Bedford playing 9 guys in the box here. Now they've dropped back Toscano a little deeper. Let's see if he stays there.
Granger
That's
and
9
Powers
guys.
in the backfield. Snap back. McDougal looks. There's coverage. He gets hit. He fires it off, and that's intercepted by Bedford.
You could see that
And it's
coming.
Bedford's ball and a pick.
Yep.
Big turnover. We talked about the turnovers. That was a big one for Bedford.
Not only is that a big one, that's a big mistake by McDougal right there. He should have rolled out of the pocket in that situation. He chose to stay in the pocket as it was collapsing. That's never can be good. Had a lane to run outside and free up some extra time for himself. Chose not to do that. And how about the Bedford defense coming up big here, Mike, in their own red zone?
Ball on the 18-yard line. Bedford in their own zone with Morgan bringing the Bedford Bulldogs out. One in the backfield, 3 receiver set, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Morgan takes the snap, gives it to Anagnos, comes this way, finds a hole, bounces off, gets a little bit of a gain, and then dragged down by a couple of Warriors.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got a big hunk of turf on his helmet there, number 87,
Yeah, that's
McDougal.
Joe McDougal.
Joe McDougal. He came in pretty amped up. That's the first time of the year I've seen Anagnost actually get stopped at the line. You don't see that very often.
2nd and 9, 4:16 to go in the third quarter. Bedford with the ball. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Anagnos in the backfield, fires off to Mumpini. That's a catch. That's
It's
going to
be
be
the
first down.
spot. They're going to give it to him.
Yeah, it's first down. Morgan
Yeah.
to Mumpini.
Forward motion there. They're going to move the chains. That's
First
a big
down,
first
Bedford.
down for Bedford. Big first down. Opens a little room.
Bedford with the hurry-up offense on their 29-yard line. Looks like we got a 4 receiver set, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Norfleet in the backfield with Morgan. Morgan waiting for the snap. Morgan direct snap up the middle. Fires, gets a couple yards, and then leads forward for 1 more yard.
Not supposed to be playing music over a speaker system when the offense is in the set position, Mike.
Hometown.
Oh, well, yeah, but the referee, that's not the hometown's fault. The referee's got to stop that.
Listen, it's not bothering Bedford at this point with 3:30 to go.
No, it didn't. It didn't. Nice gain on second and 5 is always good
So here we go. Bedford
for the offense.
ready to snap. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Norfleet in the backfield with Morgan. Morgan waiting the snap. Direct snap back. Morgan fires off to the flats, hits Glennon. Glennon shakes a tackle, shakes another tackle, gets up short of the first down, but positive yards.
Bedford's doing these little tiny things, Mike, little intangibles in the game where they're getting tackled and then they're jumping for an extra 2 or 3 yards on this, and they're adding up and they're putting the down the second and third down opportunities in close range to a first down. Let's see what happens here.
3rd and 2, 2 receivers to the left, single back with Morgan in the backfield. That's handoff to Norfleet. Big hole up the middle, and he gets the first down. There's a flag
penalty
that comes down.
Yeah, I think they're going to get Mumpini on a hold. I'm pretty sure.
Well, let's see what he says. If that's the case, that's a big penalty against Bedford because that was a first down run.
No, it looks like it's going to go against Winnacunnet.
Well, no, we're getting an
Well, actually,
explanation
that was a
now.
conference. I'm sorry.
Let's see what it is.
I thought they got Mumpini on a hold.
Holding.
Yes, that's
Bedford,
exactly
yeah.
what happened. Yeah. I mean, that's a tough thing to do, to hold that outside edge against a very good athlete. Looked like he kind of broke inside, beat him a little bit, and just enough of a tug to call a flag.
So instead of 3rd and 2, it's going to be 3rd and 12.
Costly penalty right there.
So 3rd down.
That's a big change of yardage. That's a change.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Yep.
Now it's a 3rd and 10 because
Now it's a 3rd and 10.
Down. Yeah.
Yep.
So 3rd and 10 with 2:34 to go, with the score knotted at 20 apiece. Bedford moving from our right to left on their 30-yard line. Empty backfield, 5 set, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Morgan waiting for the snap, goes back, plenty of time down the middle, wide open, and Crowley
What a catch by
incredible
Crowley!
catch. Unbelievable!
Wow!
What a catch by Crowley to get a first down! Unbelievable! Down the middle, leaped, grabbed it, came down with it.
That's a big confidence builder for Bedford. 3rd and 10 in their own zone, Mike. What a turnaround.
Deep in their own zone, by the way.
Talk
after a
about
big
coming up
penalty.
big, and don't forget, games like this, you look back at the big plays.
5 receiver set, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Morgan, empty backfield. Ready for the snap. Morgan comes back, looks right, then starts going up, and he's going to be brought down for a loss of like 3 or 4 yards.
This is a war, Mike. This is Bedford gets a big play. What do? They come back with a 5-yard defensive loss on Winnacunnet's favor there. This is just a battle going back and forth. It's what we hope for.
Under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Again, empty backfield, 5 receivers set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Morgan making an adjustment at the line, ready for the snap. That's Toscano in motion. Fake to Toscano over the middle, hit to Lagulon.
That's actually Chabrick, I think.
That's Chabrick, excuse me, it was Chabrick. Thank you, Steve.
Nice catch. And what did Chabrick do? He understands the importance of the situation in the game.
Gets down.
And he gets down and holds on with 2 hands.
Yeah.
That's smart football. That's about playing and executing for the program, not the individual. That's a big play there.
3rd and 6 to go in Winnacunnet territory on the 40. Anagnos in the backfield with Morgan. Ready for the snap. Fake to give to Anagnos. Anagnos finds a hole, cuts back. That's enough to the 30-yard line.
Boy, you said that right, Mike. He really cuts back. He's impressing me as the year has developed.
Down.
He gets better and better. And that's a great job choosing the right lane. And they're platooning Toscano, and in the later part of the game here, Toscano and Aganos are being platooned back and forth.
So Toscano now in the backfield with Morgan. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Looks like Winnacunnet jumped off. They didn't call it. Did they?
He has to infract the neutral zone. I don't think he did. I think that's why.
Whew.
Boy, a lot of time here.
So Morgan waiting for the snap. Ball comes back. Hands off to Toscano. He tries to cut back. He's immediately brought down by number 34 of Winnacunnet. That was a nice tackle.
Yeah. Bringing the plays in now with the running backs back and forth.
Yeah. Anagnos back into the game. 3 receivers set. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Lagulon tight end. Anagnos in the backfield with Morgan. Morgan waiting for the snap. Snap comes back, waits, tucks it, now tries to go downfield, looking to throw, now pulls it. There's a flag.
Holding on 74.
74, yep.
Yep. That's why Tommy was able to get outside in that situation. He had outside.
Ben Lacombe.
Yeah, he had the defensive end had outside advantage out there, and Ben just held on to him.
You can always tell when the lineman gets caught, he holds his hands up like.
Yeah, I didn't do nothing. Sometimes I think that might hurt you more than help you.
Yeah, keep your hands down if you hold. Oh man.
Yeah, it looks like they're talking to find out exactly what.
Third quarter just ended.
Wow.
With the score knotted at 20 apiece. The 9-0 Winnacunnet Warriors against the 6-3 Bedford Bulldogs. Bedford looking to come
20
in and
to 20.
Upset.
Wow.
20 to 20. We're going to kick off. We're going to have 12 minutes to go to determine who goes on and plays. The luxury of playing next week. So
trying to see if they're going to take this. Look, I'm sure they're going to take it and back. Yeah, they are. Second down. They're going to back them up.
So the winner of this game is going to go on and play Goffstown.
Yep.
And it looks like it's if Winnacunnet wins, Goffstown comes here. If Bedford wins, Bedford
they go to
Goffstown.
Goffstown. Tough place to play in Goffstown.
Yeah.
Talk about loudspeaker music. Over at Goffstown,
yeah.
They play. They don't even stop it during the play. They keep on playing it.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. And sometimes they'll play like ballet music when your offense is on the field.
Little psychological.
Oh yeah.
Little psych ops.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So it's going to be second down, 19 to go for Bedford.
Yeah.
Ball's on the 43-yard line.
I think for field position alone, you have to take that penalty. They got Mumpini out in the slot out there. Now they got a double slot.
Empty backfield, 3 to the left, 2 to the left, 3 to the right.
Inside
Morgan,
seam pass.
Snap, looks back, protection, down the sideline, and that was thrown behind, almost picked off.
Yep.
Pass intended for Shabrick.
Tommy was backing up when he threw that ball. He's got to step forward and fire that ball. But he and Tommy Morgan and Noah Chabrick both having a little conference. I don't know what's going on here. Was there timeout called or what? Was that a timeout called or? Yeah. Oh, okay. So they
that
said
was the last play. They ran one play to end the third quarter. Okay, so now the third quarter is officially over. All
right.
And that's going to now bring up so now they're going to switch ends and start the last 12 minutes of this game. So, wow, what a football game.
Terrific. It's what everybody had hoped. I really think that I'm very impressed that remember we talked before. This is about did Tommy Morgan kind of play. For those who have joined us and enjoying this game, we really appreciate you bringing it to you. BCTV, Bedford Television, Channel 23, and with us here is Chris Gentry, Donnie Crowder, my leader, and partner Mike Robinson here. I'm Steve Beals. We're glad to have you joining us. I hope you're joining. If you can't enjoy this game, you can't enjoy football, right, Mike?
I agree with that. I agree with that. For the folks that can't make it, we're glad we're bringing it to you to BCTV. We're streaming it, and it's a great ball game. We're going to have it on film probably next week, and you'll see what a great opportunity.
And you can clearly see why Winnacunnet was 9-0 with the athletes that they have in the field. These guys are a terrific football team, and Bedford's just playing a terrific, especially defensive game, I think.
3rd and 19, Anagnos in the backfield, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Morgan waiting to snap, goes straight back. Morgan looking to throw, goes downfield, looking for
Gabrick, and boy,
overthrew him.
Yeah, I think if that ball wasn't out of reach, I think that would have been a yellow flag there.
Look close.
That was close.
Look close.
Yeah.
So Bedford is going to punt it away. I think this is the first time we've seen the punting team.
Yeah, that's let's not kid us. That's a big stand there for Winnacunnet, Mike. That's a big stand. That holding penalty on Bedford there earlier was huge.
Crowley ready to kick it away. Back deep. Looks like we got Welch and Powers back there. Crowley kicks it.
Wow.
High kick, fair catch by Welch.
I still don't understand.
We've
talked about this before, Mike. Over the last year or two, you've seen defensive players walk literally right in the face of the receiver after they've called a fair catch. And there used to be a yard rule at least that they required around, and they're not enforcing it, and I'm surprised.
Might be a new rule we don't know about.
Yeah.
Here we go. Winnacunnet with 85 yards to go in a 2020 ball game. 4th quarter just started, 11:48 to go. McDougal
deep in the territory.
Winnacunnet. Looks like we're going to have Fuller and Powers in the backfield split behind McDougal. McDougal, first guy through is Fuller, and he goes maybe a yard, maybe 2.
Lagulin, Andrew Twite, the 72, 78, Falvey, and Adams. What a terrific job.
Bourgeois.
I said Andrew Twite, Bourgeois, I agree. These guys are doing just a terrific job picking this up now in the second half. It's just not working the same way it did in the first, Mike.
So here we go. Winnacunnet breaks huddle. Again, Fuller and Powers in the backfield split behind McDougal. McDougal now in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right. McDougal waiting for the snap. McDougal takes it and runs, fires off, hits at the
Talk about one guy on the quarterback, the other one on the wingman. Holy smokes, what a terrific execution of defense that was.
Yeah, that's the junior Lagulon. Big hit.
Both players knew exactly that. I guarantee you they practiced that during the week.
They saw probably something they've seen on film. They studied it and they knew it was coming.
They chose the right lanes. They knew exactly where it was going to be pitched in the field.
3rd down and 10.
Terrific.
Balls on the Winnacunnet 15-yard line, going from our right to left. Big play here for Winnacunnet. Bigger play for Bedford. McDougal under center. Split receivers, split backfield. McDougal back, far side, looking to pass, under pressure, throws it, and that is incomplete. He threw it as he was falling. Great pressure.
Defensive Bedford's playing very cohesive right now, Mike.
Norfolk and Anagnos under pressure. Norfleet and Anagnos pressuring McDougal on that one.
Yeah, terrific job.
10. They're going 3 and out. They're going to have to punt
Great
it away.
coverage by the defensive backs, and let's see what's going to happen here. But you got to believe this. I mean, you got Mompini back there. I wouldn't kick it to him. I'd hit a line drive down in the corner and let it roll out of bounds.
Gagnon at the goal line handles it, kicks it. It's a booming. It's not deep. They're saying get away from it. And it takes a Bedford bounce, and Winnacunnet downs it inside their own territory, about the 42-yard line, Bedford will take over.
A guarantee of Winnacunnet will take that. Given where they were, they'll take the 43-yard line. You do not want Mampini to catch that ball. You want to force a fair catch or kick the thing in a corner kick out of bounds.
Well,
he's too lethal late in the game.
Another 20 or 25 yards of offense from Bedford.
They're going to be in Aiello.
You got Aiello's range.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
So here we go. Bedford with possession now with 10 minutes to go in the game. We've got a 3-receiver set, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Toscano in the backfield with Morgan. Morgan hands off to Toscano, goes far side and immediately brought down.
Nice
falls
tackle.
Forward for a yard.
Nice tackle there. Uh-oh, somebody's down. 16.
Number 16. He's going to get up though.
Yeah, he's getting up.
Looks like he has upper thigh injury.
Yeah, either that or the bell, one or the other.
Maybe he needs to come off, and that's what he's doing.
Yeah, the old Liberty Bell.
Well, he's coming off under his own power, and that's great. You like to see that.
Yeah.
That's Tyler Hoare who's coming off.
Yeah, he's when they.
Bedford, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Morgan fires back to the sideline, caught and out of bounds. That is Glennon.
The receiver core of Bedford's really coming up big the second half of Tommy Morgan. And Tommy's throwing some passes that if they don't make that catch, they're not going to get intercepted. So
I like the way Morgan's chucking the ball.
So do I.
No fear, just firing it out there, leaving up to his talented receivers to catch it.
Yep.
Here we go. It's 3rd down for
Big
Bedford.
3rd down here.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Toscano in the backfield with Morgan. Snap. Hands off to Toscano, left-hand side. Falls
Looks like he's got it.
For the 1st down. Nice job.
That's what you want, that first down. If you're Bedford, you want to be able to establish that running game that way, and that's exactly what they did.
Big burst from the Bedford offensive line.
Toscano
I don't know
getting
what they're waiting for. That is a 1st down.
Toscano getting more and more opportunities in this game than I've ever seen him before, and he's doing a terrific job between he and Aganos.
So Anagnos in the backfield now with Morgan. 3 receivers set, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Anagnos in the backfield with Morgan, waiting for the snap. Ball comes back, high pitch, brings it in, gives it to Anagnos, left-hand side. He falls forward for about 7 or 8.
Yeah,
Big
running game, offensive line doing a great seal there. I couldn't tell. Left tackle, 74 for Bedford. Give this guy some kudos here.
That's McComb, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Is it 74?
So, anyways.
Nice job, Ben Lacombe. Nice block.
Here we go. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Anagnos in the backfield with Morgan. Morgan, back to pass, fires deep downfield, and he's got Shabrick. No overthrow him, no catch. Shabrick was looking for a flag.
Yeah, it's Zach Colmer there. Terrific job. Zach's had a very difficult nose guard and tackle to go against. He's doing a terrific job stopping that penetration through the middle and has the difficulty of snapping the ball as well, Mike.
3rd down, 3 yards to go. Bedford on the Winnacunnet 25-yard line.
You think they'll go for you think they'll go for 4-down territory, or they'll go for the kick?
Who knows? It's anybody's guess. Morgan waiting for the snap, hands off to Anagnos, left-hand side, positive yards, gets a 1st down. Boy, he's just bulling his way on that left-hand side.
He turns upfield, Mike, the way you want a runner to do it. He's a terrific runner. Some of this is trained, some of it is just a natural ability to recognize and understand when he sees the seam, and he drives up with such speed and power. Very impressed with him all year long.
Clock moving.
Yes,
8
it is.
8 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. Bedford driving in Winnacunnet territory.
Now they're stacked. Oh, no, they're not stacking the eye.
Looks like Norfleet in the backfield with Morgan. Morgan, Norfleet, left tackle, positive yards, 10-yard line.
He's in.
5,
Oh!
just tackled from behind. A touchdown-saving tackle.
Wow. I thought he was in, Mike.
Who was that for Winnacunnet? I'm trying to get his number.
Looks like number 3.
It was either 3 or number 20. I'll give them both kudos. 3 is Granger, and 20 was Bullard.
Yep.
So I'm not sure. We got a little confusion, but either one of those guys made a game-saving
They won't
tackle.
do it, but boy, I'll tell you, you may want to look at a
Bedford
timeout.
Threatening. Here we go. Norfleet up the middle, drives, gets inside the 5-yard line, and falls forward. 1st and goal. Now it's going to be 2nd and goal. 7:22 to go.
Now they're bringing Aganos back in. This has been excellent substitutions on offense.
I'd be surprised if he doesn't go left-hand side, because if he's going left-hand side all game.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're going to fake it to. I think they're going to fake it and do an outside corner pass.
Norfleet, Anagnos. Anagnos right here.
He's got it.
Cuts it up. Touchdown,
Got it.
Bedford.
Boy, I love the way this kid runs.
Oh, big hole. Bedford takes the lead with 7 minutes to go.
Nice.
Here in Winnacunnet Stadium, home of the Warriors, the 9-0 Warriors, the 6-3 Bedford Bulldogs.
Excellent seal block by number 52 from Bedford. If I can find him, that's where's
52 beyond that one.
52.
Hold on, here we go. Aiello ready to tack on the extra
Jay
point.
Collins.
Crowley handles the snap. Ball is up, and
He's got it right down
good.
the middle.
27 to 20. Bedford Bulldogs takes the lead at Winnacunnet Stadium
Mike.
with 7 minutes to go in the game, Steve. What an impressive drive.
This is a very impressive. I'll tell you, Winnacunnet's feeling it. You can look at these guys off the field. He says this is
but
9-0, man. Never been here before.
But don't discount this Winnacunnet Warrior program.
Of course not. Absolutely not.
Talented. You've got Powers, McDougal still out there. You got kids who can catch, run, throw the ball. I wouldn't count them out. But this is a big series for Winnacunnet. They go 3 and out, and Bedford takes the ball over. That's
you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But Bedford's defense was getting the job done all through the game to provide the offense. Now the offense is coming. They got Mumpini into it. They've got some great receivers that have caught some. I mean, that play down there by Crowley.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't forget that one in this game.
And Powers deep for Winnacunnet. Aiello ready to kick it off. Kick is deep, end over end. Going backwards and into the end zone. That's going to be a touchback. That was Welch, but Aiello once again with the leg.
Yeah, a little surprise right there. He was going to run that out, but they called it because
once you catch it in
the end zone, and he wanted to take it out, but a little deeper than he thought. So Bedford, from their perspective, defense has got to continue to. I mean, you got to beat a team like this. You got to play a perfect game. You got to play some serious defense.
Championship
so wins championships. Absolutely.
Won by D.
Bedford extremely motivated. They're all on their toes.
Looks like Fuller and Powers in the backfield. McDougal ready for the snap. Takes a snap. McDougal wants to pitch it, now wants to throw it, goes down deep, and that is caught and brought out of bounds.
Yeah, that's a big play.
That's a big play by number 10. We haven't even heard his number called yet today, and that's Joe LaRosa, guy who snuck in there. What was that? 16.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Tyler Hoare.
Yeah.
All right.
McDougal just came to the sidelines and said to Coach he's seeing something downfield. Let's see if it looked like Coach put his hand up, said, okay. Be interesting to see if they go down the right side again. I think they see a matchup, Mike. Let's see.
McDougal under center. 2 in the backfield. Fuller and Powers. First guy through, fake, goes downfield, tries it.
He got it.
That hit the ground, I thought. No catch.
No good.
No catch.
You were right, Mike. Hit the ground.
That hit the ground. The back official was all over that.
Yep.
Tough angle.
Yep.
So
yeah, but the official was in good spot, though,
Great
to see
spot.
that.
Came
and he had it on the other side. Official was here. The guy's doing a terrific job today.
Yeah. It's a good crew.
Playoff football here. Wow.
Playoff football in New Hampshire.
Man.
27-20, Bedford leading with
I got butterflies,
6
Mike.
minutes, 23
I'm serious. I got butterfly. This is great.
McDougal under center. Fuller and Powers. Receiver to the right, 1 to the left. McDougal waiting for the snap. Comes back, drops back to pass under pressure.
Wow, they got him.
Dwight. Huge play.
Wow.
Number 50.
This kid's about 5'5", but he plays about 6'5".
I'll tell you, Andrew Dwight was in the backfield. As quick as the quarterback went back, he was there.
He is like a rocket with that outside move. Off of the line, they can't stop him.
3rd and 17 to go. Ball is on the Winnacunnet 35-yard line. This is a big play. This is not 2-down territory. Winnacunnet doesn't get this, they'll be forced to punt.
Yep.
So, big play for Winnacunnet, bigger play for Bedford.
Too early for Winnacunnet to go on, to go far. They won't do it.
Seaver to the right, Seaver to the left, 2 in the backfield, McDougal under center. McDougal straight back, a little bit of pressure, under more pressure, being tackled, caught from behind.
Whoa, Dwight again!
Dwight again! And a flag goes down. That's going to be either a holding. Well, I'm going to wait and see what happens there.
Yeah, I don't know if this defensive holding they're going to call on the receiver.
We're going to see.
It's going to be an interesting call.
This is a big call. We're going to see what happens.
Yeah, I think they're going to call Bedford for defensive holding. I didn't see it.
Let's see. Hold on.
I didn't see it.
It's not going to be a first down, though. It's going to be holding against Bedford. Good call. Now, it's not enough, even with 10 yards.
Well, they won't lose the down, though. They won't lose it down. It'll be 3rd and whatever.
3rd, and they're going to pick up 10
yards.
yards.
You can't lose your down when it's a penalty in the other team unless it was a personal foul after it.
So that's going to go up to the just about the 39-yard line. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 12, looks like.
The only reason I said it was defensive holding is it had nothing to do with seeing it. It was only because the referee, the official that called it, was right by the receiver core, and then the Winnacunnet receiver jumped up and down.
You're right, Steve. It is 3rd down. It's going to be 3rd and 12 on the 40-yard line. Wow, boy, I'll tell you.
Dimitri Aganost and Norfleet trying to get the crowd into the game. The home crowd over below us here on the right. Here's a huge play, if not the play of the game. It's going to be one of them.
Fuller in the backfield with Powers. McDougal under center. 2 receivers to the right. McDougal, far side, fades, looks downfield. Now tries to
tackle.
Tackle from behind.
81.
Bedford him down.
Wow. Bedford's on fire right now, Mike.
Bourgeois, number 81.
This defense is just on fire. They've really played an incredible game. They really have.
So they're going to punt it. We talked about that. This was not 4-down territory. Winnacunnet coming out and ready to punt it away. Now, if I'm Winnacunnet, you got a trick up your sleeve? Fake punt and go?
Positively not. With 4:42 in the game, I believe they have all 3 timeouts. There's no way that I would do that. But the thing is their hope right now is to get this game into overtime and that not to win the game. So this game could extend, Mike, into the early evening. Who knows?
Timeout Bedford. Good timeout by Coach Stank. Now that they got the setup, Winnacunnet is going to be punting the ball away.
So I believe that'll leave Bedford with 1 timeout because they took 1 earlier, correct?
Okay.
And I believe that Winnacunnet has all 3. I believe. I could be wrong on that, but
I don't think you've been wrong all
I like score, but yeah, right, Mike. Why don't you go home and talk at home? The situation with a scoreboard not having timeouts. I like the scoreboards when they have those. You gotta.
Oh, I'll tell you what a football game.
What a football game.
If you're a fan of football, this is one heck of a football game.
It's a war back and forth.
If you're a Bedford Bulldog fan, you're sitting here saying to yourself, with
clear underdogs coming in here. Clear underdogs coming in here.
We're in good shape. But
the only people that believe they weren't underdogs is them.
Yeah.
But remember, that was that attitude. We were talking about, how do you pitch this game? Winnacunnet comes in with with one attitude that, hey, look, we beat you, and we beat you good here. Bedford comes in and said, we're a different football team today.
Looks like 31 Gagnon is back to punt away, and Montpini is deep for Bedford down at his own.
There's no way.
30-yard line. Kick is up. It's a big end over end, and they're going to get away from it. And that's going to take a Winnacunnet bounce. Not too bad, and it's down at the 30-yard line where Bedford's going to take over, and the Winnacunnet, they got 70 yards to go to put this thing out of play, or about 60 yards to go for a field goal, and also put it away for Bedford.
Absolutely. For those joining us, we're on BCTV Channel 23, bringing you our absolutely best game of the year so far to cover. This is fantastic football in every stretch. Both these teams deserve a lot of credit.
We thought
nobody's given up here.
We thought the Dover game was big. We thought the Central game was big, and they were big. But this is bigger because you're in the playoffs. The tournament, win or go home. All right, so Bedford comes out with 2 in the backfield. Looks like Anagnos and Toscano with Morgan. Morgan gets the ball, hands it to Anagnos, far side. He gets swallowed up, and no gain there. Maybe got back for the line. Now looks like he got a loss.
He might have lost a couple yards there.
So 4 minutes, just under 4 minutes and counting now. Bedford trying to burn this clock up by keeping it on the ground, keeping it out of Winnacunnet's hands. Obviously, a couple of first downs, and they can walk off this field with a victory. Winnacunnet's looking to stop them.
We got so much football left, though, Mike, I'll tell you.
So Toscano in the backfield.
Winnacunnet trying to
2 to the left, 1 to the right.
get their fan base excited.
Morgan waiting for the snap. Morgan straight back. Toscano in the middle, breaks a tackle, and maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, falls forward for 1.
So the question, Mike, what do you do here? Do you put the ball in the air and try to get a first down? It certainly doesn't seem that way. Looks to me like they're trying to take – I mean, how can you not believe in your defense if you're Coach Stank right now, right?
No question about that.
I'd run the ball, let more time go off the clock.
Force them to call a timeout because this is 3rd and 8 right now with 3:11 and counting. Bedford comes out with a 2-back set. Toscano and Anagnos in the backfield with Morgan. Receive it to the right, receive it to the left. Morgan waiting the snap. Snap comes back.
They're going to throw it. I can't believe it.
Into the field to Anagnos. In effect, cuts up and falls down short of the first down.
Great defensive stand by Winnacunnet right there, Mike.
Clock still ticking, and now a timeout. Winnacunnet does call a timeout with 2:46 to go.
Yeah, that leaves them 2, I believe. Not sure I wouldn't have let that time go down. Personally, I might have let that go down to 2:20, 2:15, whatever, and have all 3 timeouts left in my possession. But I guess it doesn't matter that much. But, hey, Winnacunnet came up. Their defense came up big. It's just two great defenses going at it, giving their team what they need at the time.
Well, Bedford wasn't going to do anything real crazy.
Well, not after the first down created that. Down to 2nd and 12, I think Sank did exactly the right thing. He says he's going to put this in the hands of his defense, and if he could have thought he could be in this position and put it in his defensive hands 3 hours ago, I guarantee you he would have done it. So
Winnacunnet's going to get the ball with 2 minutes and 46 seconds.
46 seconds.
And they're going to be forced to put this ball in the air because they can't afford to put it on the ground and let the clock chew up on them. So
they got some prolific punt returner here. So the real question is, are they going to even let him have a chance, or are they just going to beat this ball down the field?
Well, here we go. So number 3, Granger, number 12,
both excellent,
Welch is back, and it looks like number 1, Crowley, ready to punt this thing away. Of course, we need a good snap to Crowley and get that ball away. So here we go. Ball is back. Crowley fields it, kicks it. Nice booming kick. And it's going to come down fair catch.
Fair catch,
and they
33.
get it at the 33-yard line.
Good execution by Bedford. They got the yardage they wanted out of that, Mike. You want it inside the 40. They got it down the 32 from there. From a high school perspective, that's a good win for Bedford to force them on a fair catch.
They got to go 67 yards, Winnacunnet. Very talented offense.
But 2 timeouts.
With 2 timeouts. And Bedford ready to put up a stand here in Hampton, home of the Warriors, up 7. Winnacunnet now trying to tie this ball game. McDougal in the shotgun, lone running back. 2 receivers to the right, straight back. McDougal fires down the field, caught. And that's dropped to the 50-yard line. And who is that? That's number 16. That's Hoare, who had a great catch for a first down.
That's exactly what Winnacunnet needed, is to get it downfield. You want to get it to a point where you got 3 or 4 shots to the end zone, Mike.
At midfield. So in the clock, they didn't burn a timeout there. Although, why is the clock not running? There it is now, 2:21 and going. McDougal in the shotgun. Looks like Powers in the backfield. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. McDougal comes back, looks downfield, and he's tackled and incomplete. Incomplete. Well, he was under a lot of pressure, and Bedford got to him. And
excellent blitz packages there. Good. I mean, you know what's happening is Twite is causing such a ruckus for the offensive line. He's so disruptive. They have to put so much attention on him. That's opening up backside, and that's exactly what Coach is doing. This guy knows defense.
And I'll tell you what, with Twite getting in the backfield, I'm surprised there aren't a few holding calls on the Winnacunnet offensive line because he's blowing by these guys.
He is.
All right, here we go. Powers in the backfield with McDougal. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. McDougal waiting for the snap. Comes back, and there's a
false start. That's not what you want if you're the Warriors.
Oh, boy.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 15 to go.
Sometimes what happens, Mike, is the receivers are looking to get some extension downfield, so they get amped up and they start moving a little early. That's exactly what happened there.
Pushes it back to the Winnacunnet 45 with 2:04 to go in this game with Bedford leading.
With 2 timeouts, time is not a factor here. This is about downs at this point. Be able to move the sticks.
In the backfield with McDougal. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. McDougal in the shotgun. Comes back, hands to Powers up the middle, gets a little hole, and he's brought down immediately.
Yeah, but that was a broken play, Mike. Powers should have gone earlier on that. They had a seam for him to run, and he stood there too long, and McDougal's waiting for him to take the ball.
Minute 50 to go. 3rd down for the Warriors.
Now we're into downs trouble here, Mike.
So now McDougal comes this way. Everyone downfield looking to throw, throws it downfield, caught. That's by number 3, and he's out of bounds.
He's out of bounds.
Ranger.
That's a big play right there.
Play, but it's
and it's a 1st down. That's a huge pickup by the Warriors.
Absolutely.
And out of bounds to stop the clock, still leaving them 2 minutes.
1:37 to go.
That was a little too much prevent there.
Hey, listen, it's a talented team. 2 teams out here, very talented.
This is just great football.
So here we go, McDougal again in the shotgun. Powers in the backfield. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. 1st and 10. McDougal ready for the snap. Straight back, looking to pass, downfield, fires, and that's caught out of bounds.
Yeah, this is...
they're going to throw a 15-yard...
They're going to throw a late 15-yard flag.
I don't know about that. But they're going to get 15
It doesn't matter. It's going to be tacked on, Mike. That's just the way it is.
Yep.
You know, I think the reason that he called it was because he had stepped out of bounds, then took the hit. That's an awful hard thing to stop. But right now, Winnacunnet's fans are into it.
Personal foul against Bedford. That's 15 yards. That's tacked on at the end of that play. That shortens the field.
That was a tough call.
Well, the call was made. They're going to have to deal with it with 1:34 to go. So 1st and 10.
Excellent play patterns.
On the 15-yard line. So here we go. Winnacunnet breaks. Now they have a 4 receiver set. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Powers in the backfield with McDougal. McDougal waiting for the direct snap. Far side, rolls, fires down, and that is caught.
And out of bounds. Oh, they're running the clock.
Hold on. They stopped the clock. McDougal,
flag.
We got unsportsmanlike conduct, roughing the passer against Bedford.
I didn't see it, Mike. Were you watching him?
Yeah, I saw
it. Was it there? Was it? Yeah.
This is big. Boy, what a turn of events on penalties. So that's going to bring it down inside the...
Who needs the NFL when you got football like this right at your local level?
That's going to be 1st and goal on the 1-yard line, 2-yard line. Personal foul against Bedford. Roughing the quarterback is what I saw.
Okay, so it looks like it's down about the 2 or 3 yard line, Mike. What a turn of events over the last 3 or 4 plays.
So again, McDougal comes out with the spread offense.
Now they're going to go under. He's going to go under center now.
He is definitely going under center with Fuller in the backfield. So timeout. Flag is down. Offsides Bedford.
Oh wow! Lined up offsides. He didn't
really
check.
Matter.
Doesn't matter at this point.
Doesn't matter. It's inside. It's well on the 3. They're going to put it on what, the 1-yard line? So here's a question.
Yes, sir.
If Winnacunnet scores, do you go for 2 or do you go to tie it?
No, I don't think you do that. I mean, why would you put you have an opportunity to run your team in overtime at home. Why would you give that chance up? But remember, in high school, there's no guarantee the kick's going to be good either. So you got to factor that in, Mike, to your point. I would go off the percentages of the kicker on extra points this year.
Fuller in the backfield.
If it's ILO, you definitely don't do it. But I don't know what their percentages are. 2
receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Fuller in the backfield with McDougal. Ball is on the 1-yard line with 1:23 to go in the game. And the Winnacunnet Warriors have advanced down this field with the help of penalties against Bedford.
But they've also made some terrific out-pattern passes that have just been out, and McDougal's fired them on a line. the late hit down here.
Yeah, late hit was a big one.
It was a big one.
You know, it was a bad angle. We wasn't sure if we could see it right, but the official was there.
Officials have called a great game, so you got to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Roughing the quarterback was big. So.
But it isn't a score until it's in the end zone, Mike, and the guys with the stripes put their hands in the air. So it's not over yet.
Anything can happen. Fuller is in the backfield.
Officials having a lot of communication back and forth here.
4 receiver set, 2 to the right, 2 to the left, and the officials coming back over this side now to talk to the head coach and giving him.
Not really sure what that's all about. Is it on the clock?
I think it's a clock issue.
It's a clock issue, yeah.
So,
1, 2, 129. 129. I think they want to put 128. Yeah.
128. So they got 128 on the clock. So here we go.
Well, we're going to get it right one way or the other, no matter how long it takes.
Winnacunnet is on the Bedford 1-yard line, trying to get to within 1 with a score. Fuller in the backfield with McDougal. McDougal under center, straight ahead, and
he's got it. I think. Yeah, he's got it. Yeah.
Touchdown.
Yep. Boy, can you believe this, Mike? Now the decision comes.
Flag. They just threw a flag on Winnacunnet for excessive celebration. Can you believe that? Oh, wow, they're going to get penalized for excessive celebration.
This is starting to interject a little bit too much.
That's going to take away any chance of them going for 2 in my mind.
Oh, yeah. No doubt about that. So, I mean, some penalties they add on to the they don't do it here. They'll add it on to the kick or subtract from the kick or move them back.
So they're discussing it right now.
I think they said he threw the ball in the air. That's what that was about.
Then they're going to get him for delay of game. So let's see what happens here. What a great football game. I'll tell you, 27-26.
Yeah, but Mike, I don't mean to. The ball isn't through the pipes yet. Right now, the ball is not through the pipes yet. Remember that. Yeah. And they're moving them back. You know, they're moving him back, and
Bedford's going to get the ball with.
But I assume he's a high percentage kicker, right? Yeah. Okay. So he's a high percentage kicker. So you got to kick the ball.
Kevin Gagnon with the season on the line right here, ready to put it up, ready to tie this thing. If he can get it, it's got to be a snap, a hold, and a kick.
Does Bedford call a timeout to make him think?
See what happens. Okay. Ball is ready, ball is down, kick is up, and it is blocked! Good!
It's good.
Oh, blocked!
Blocked.
I thought he had blocked it. Oh, it's good. Sorry about that, folks.
I'm sitting there listening to Mike say it's blocked, but I'm watching the ball sail through the pipes. I'm saying, what am I missing here?
Oh, I thought the Bedford kid had it.
Well, I'm sorry. I got to tell you.
27-27, tied ball game.
For a football lover, you got to love what happened here. In some strange way, this game should go to overtime. Do you agree?
Well, yeah, we're here now.
We're here now, and
with a minute 26 to go, there's still time.
What a terrific football game. Boy.
Oh, man.
These coaches on both sides of the field go sleep late tomorrow, that's for sure.
It's a shame somebody's going to walk off this field.
Nobody should lose this game. Both teams have played with such heart.
Bedford drew first blood. Winnacunnet tied it up.
But Mike,
Bedford's 1:26 to go.
Bedford's played an impressive game coming in here, with a developing backup quarterback. Defense coming up big. You got to hand it to Bedford here, Mike. They've just done, regardless of what happens, a terrific job, and they have an opportunity to win this game.
No question. Kevin Gagnon now ready to tee it off after that big extra point to tie this game 27-27.
And to your point, 1:26 left, Mike.
It's time.
But only one timeout, correct?
And that's what it was. So the unsportsmanlike penalty put it back, Steve. So that was big.
That's a big call right there.
Yeah. So here we go. We got Gagnon ready to kick this thing off. We got Mumpini and Crowley. It's on the ground. It's a squib. We got to pick it up. Bedford picks it up, comes this way, gets through the. Oh, I thought he broke through the line, but gets up to about the 44.
That's pretty darn good field position with 1:21 left and still a timeout to stop the clock.
Yeah.
Now I know why Coach Stank, I forgot about that. That's why he didn't call the timeout to make him think about the kick. He's going to need it. This game ain't over.
So let's set this thing up.
In regulation.
Bedford has the ball in a tie ball game with 1:21 to go here at Winnacunnet Stadium in Hampton. Morgan comes out. 3 receiver set.
Really thing to look for here, Mike, is
to the left.
how far is he willing to go with Morgan on risk? You know what I'm saying? He's played well.
Toscano in the backfield. Here we go. Morgan waiting the snap. Snap comes back. Toscano tries to get left-hand side, gets swallowed up and brought down for a loss, actually.
Boy, there's some hitting going on now. These are two teams that do not want to go home.
Minute 9 and counting. Bedford's not using their timeout.
No, I don't think they'd use it yet. They'll use it to stop it for Aiello.
Empty backfield. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Morgan waiting for the snap. Snap comes back, looks far side, fires far side, and that is, boy, was it no catch. I thought that was over to Shabrick. Stop the clock with 49
seconds, yeah.
3rd and 10.
27-27 with 49 seconds left in the fourth quarter. We're out here at Winnacunnet with BCTV. Chris Gentry, Mike Robinson. Where did Donnie Crowder go? Donnie's here. He's up doing our stats. How you doing up there, Donnie? He's doing all right. Here we go.
There we go. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Morgan drops straight back. Fires near side. Almost intercepted on a short pass for.
So we're going to go 42 seconds left. And Winnacunnet's going to get the ball back again. Who'd have thought that?
Boy, that's kind of dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, not only is it dangerous, Mike, he threw 2 passes that stopped the clock 2 times. Could have run the ball out and gone to overtime. We'll see what happens on the run back here.
Looks like Welch and Powers back there. Crowley ready to kick this thing off. Snap comes back, kicks away, nice kick.
Oh, they've been told not to take it.
Don't touch it, and they're letting it go, and it's going to roll inside the 15 down to about the 12, 13-yard line, where Winnacunnet's going to take over with 30 seconds to go in this game, all tied up 27.
Well, that's a clear indication that Winnacunnet did not want to do it in the 42 seconds. They want to go to overtime.
Well, you know, I wouldn't put it past this team. No, a couple tricks up their sleeve.
No, I think he would have gone after that kick if that was the case. That was a low driving kick. He had loads of room to run there. I'm a little shocked that he didn't go after and take it with the quality of returners that he has right there. Both of those guys can take it to the house anytime, against anybody.
Well, we'll see what the first play calls up, because if they come into the victory formation, they're going to go into the locker room.
They're going to the locker room. There's no way that they're going downfield now. That was the time.
Fuller, Powers, McDougal under center. Ready for the snap. Set. Hands off to
they're just going to run
Fuller, and that comes up the middle, and that should bring this to 23 seconds and counting. And they aren't in any hurry to run a play, so it does look like they're going to play this thing for overtime, Steve.
Yep. No, the time to go after that was with 42 seconds left. Return that.
10 seconds.
But he's a believer in going in the house, starting over.
McDougal under center. Line is set. First guy through, Powers.
2 hands on the ball, all designed to run the clock out. So here we go.
So regular time ends in Winnacunnet. All knotted up, 27-27.
Nobody's leaving this place.
So we're going to see what the what's up for the next. I don't know. Do they score in the next 5 minutes? Usually these things end in the first series, second series. What's your thoughts, Steve?
Well, again, I'll just go back to where it was before. I'm really surprised with that line shot kick that they didn't. I mean, they've got prolific, kick returners.
Yeah.
See if they could break a tackle or whatever, and get it downfield enough to be able to kick a field goal or something. But you can't argue with what Coach Winnacunnet did. You can't argue, because he'll say, I want to do it on my terms. You know what I'm saying? With the way that go to overtime. Let's have at it there. But I don't know. I think that that was a pretty impressive drive by Winnacunnet down the field.
Wow.
Very much helped by 30 yards.
Yeah,
30 yards.
30 yards of unsportsmanlike penalties. A late hit out of bounds and a.
Which one you said was clearly okay? Not okay, but legitimate.
I saw where he dropped it, where he hit the quarterback late. Was it late? I don't know.
Yeah.
You shouldn't hit him if there's in doubt, but the out of bounds, that one was a close one. So
I think Bedford's played a hell of a game.
Oh,
Both teams have. But, don't forget, Bedford's away, and they came in here as an underdog. They played a hell of a game.
Yeah, no question.
And
so we are here.
You know what I like, Mike, is the emotions of the game where one team seems like they're taking over, then the other team seems like the trenches.
Back and forth.
Back and forth. It's all like the emotional highs and lows of this game,
Well, go back to that first quarter. Bedford draws first blood. Winnacunnet comes back. They go up 2 scores. Bedford has to come back with a field goal to get within 3.
Oh, yeah.
They went up and down, back and forth. So it's kind of almost fitting that this is going to go into overtime with the score not
I think it's great.
27.
I think
so now
it's
the
great.
question becomes the overtime format. During the regular season, as I recall, you put it on the 20-yard line and you get 4 shots.
Get 4 shots to go in.
And then if you kick a field goal, the other team gets the ball back.
Yes.
And if they score a touchdown,
it's over. It's over.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you score a touchdown, they get an opportunity. They have to score a touchdown to stay, that sort of a thing. And then eventually
we're going to get a winner.
Somebody's going to be a winner, So
I like the fact that if Bedford doesn't score, they got Morgan with his leg. On the other hand, you got Gagnon.
You mean Aiello?
Excuse me,
Yeah.
Aiello
Yeah.
with his leg. And then on the other hand, Winnacunnet has Gagnon. So 2 strong kickers.
Yeah. And big crowd here. Nobody's
leaving this field right now, that's for sure.
So they're going to bring it out here. Looks like they're going to have a little coin toss, and we'll see where we go. Boy, they have some interesting stuff on the loudspeakers. They got horns and trains and seagulls and every other thing.
Oh, that's great.
Actually, I made up the seagulls. That's not real. So we certainly hope you folks from BCTV and anyone else streaming from anywhere around the world, actually. It's what a world we live in, Mike, with technology, to know that people can tune into a game. We live in a mobile society today where people grow up in a certain place or feel connected to a certain place, and they can still tune in over the internet. What a great thing to stay involved. We certainly hope that you're enjoying this game. Like we've said before, if you're not enjoying this one, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to bring anything else to it.
Well,
this has been a great venue, Mike. This is a great venue for a football game. Well, here we go. I don't know.
I wasn't sure who won the toss.
I'm not sure who won either, but somebody did, and we're going to find out real soon.
Somebody's going to get possession, and then somebody's going to get a chance at their second possession. So whether it's Winnacunnet or Bedford, each going to have a shot at putting the ball in the end zone.
When you lose a game in regulation, as difficult as it is, but boy, when you lose a game in sudden death, it just heightens the emotion. Reminds of the old ABC Wild World of Sports, from the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Remember when the skier goes over there? And remember those? Yeah. Those are old.
So it looks like Winnacunnet's going to get first crack at this in overtime. McDougal just got the play from the coach on the sidelines. The ball is on the 10-yard line, not the 20. So it's the 10-yard line for Winnacunnet. McDougal brings him out. He's going to come under center. Fuller and Powers in the backfield.
Oh, here we go.
One receiver right, one receiver left. McDougal under center. Ready for the snap. Ball comes down, fake the Powers, going to pass. Pass fires the other way, and it's incomplete. In and out of the hands.
Wow.
Of the Winnacunnet ball. He had it.
Really surprising. You got to give Cole. You got to give Cole Glennon credit for getting up and at least screening that off a little bit and make it difficult.
Yeah, this kid was wide open.
He was wide open.
Yeah.
Kind of a play by design. Looking, rolling to the left, turning around.
So we're going to come up with 2nd and 10 here. Nobody was expecting that. They were expecting either Fuller or Powers to take that ball. And
it's almost like he took his eye off it, or I don't know what happened. But
so here we go, 2nd and 10. This time we got
let's remember that one, Mike. This could
two receivers set to the right. Fuller, Powers, split in the backfield behind McDougal. McDougal tries to go, hands off to Fuller. He gets in.
What a
touchdown.
Bull. What a bull.
Wow. Big play by Winnacunnet.
Did you see him driving those legs? He was nailed at the line. and he kept driving his legs. That's what they teach running backs all the time. So critically important to drive your legs into the, to continue the drive. That's exactly. He broke free and went in.
Winnacunnet draws first blood in overtime. They're up 33-27.
These extra points, Mike, are important. With Aiello as almost a sure kicker, these extra points by Winnacunnet are critical.
Gagnon ready to kick the point after. Ball is down, kick is up, and it is good.
Wow, that was quick.
So now Bedford gets a chance.
Yes, they do.
From the
yes,
10-yard
they do.
line.
And boy, I'll tell you, with that running core of Northfleet, Aganost, and Toscano.
Yeah.
Boy, those guys have played a great game today. And, don't forget Mumpini on that jet motion to the side. He can cause havoc, too. Wouldn't be surprised if they work that into the play. So here we go.
So here we go. Bedford comes out. Looks like Northfleet and Anagnos in the backfield. One receiver to the right, one to the left. Morgan waiting for the snap. Snap comes down, gives it to Anagnos, far side, cuts up, touchdown. Is he in?
I think he's a yard short.
He's a yard short. I'm sorry, he was close.
Boy, he's a money runner, isn't he? This kid is terrific.
From 10 yards out, he got all strong 9 yards on that one.
He turns upfield so strongly.
So it's going to be 2nd and 2, looks like. That was a nice run.
That sure was. He knows when to turn it up.
So same set in the backfield. Northfleet and Anagnos. One receiver to the right, one to the left. Morgan waiting for the snap. Bedford trying to answer. Northfleet in motion. Morgan straight ahead, and he's in. He's in. Touchdown.
Wow, evens it right out.
Yeah.
Didn't you kind of expect this, Mike?
I'll tell you. Here we go. So we got Aiello out, ready to attempt to tie this thing up. 34-33. Winnacunnet in overtime. Okay, here we go. Ready for the...
Winnacunnet's going for it. They're going for it.
Kick. It's
no, flag, offsides, Winnacunnet. We saw that. It was on the right, on the far side. Winnacunnet was offsides.
Now, what do you do now?
Well, you go half the distance of the goal, and then
you go for it for 2 and for the win?
If you don't have an Aiello, I would say you put that in the thought, but not with Aiello, no.
I don't know.
I wouldn't do it.
I don't know. If I'm Stank, I'm thinking about it. And I go for the win, but it doesn't look like that. It looks like they're going to keep the kicking team out there.
Not with Aiello as a kicker.
So they're going to move it up, and they're going to attempt to do this again. Wow.
Well, Bedford had a nice snap count. Good cadence going there to draw him off sides, and he jumped.
All right, so hold on. We have a timeout. Bedford,
yeah, so you're going to think about it.
They're going to think about it, Steve.
To your point, Mike, they're going to think about it.
Guess what?
Well, you know the players are going to want it. But unfortunately, it's the coach that takes the heat if it doesn't work. So he's got to think long and hard. With the running core he's got, I mean, they can't stop Aganost and Northfleet or Toscano.
Yeah,
they're all getting yardage. So if you're going to do it, Mike, I'd put Mumpini in motion to create a decoy to drive that outside linebacker outside, make him think, make him jolt, make him jump, and then at that point, who would you give it to? Would you give it to?
I give it to Anagnos.
You would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just such a bull. Once he gets to the line, if he gets hit, he's going to keep driving. So, but that's,
little jeopardy here.
Listen, that's why we're up here calling the game, and they're down there.
Yeah, I don't. If he goes for this, and it looks like they are, I don't see Aiello.
They're
going for it, Mike. Yeah. I can't believe it. They're going to do it.
Why not?
This is a gutsy call by the coach.
Coach Stanks.
I'll guarantee he asked the seniors, and they said they want it. I'll bet you.
Second-year head coach, longtime coach here since the beginning. And here we go. The Bedford Bulldogs.
And Tommy Morgan's on the sidelines.
Oh, boy, they wasted a lot of time to get in here. But here we go. It is Northfleet and Anagnost. Morgan.
Yeah, he's got Northfleet in there as well.
It's a snap. hands it off to Anagnos, and he
Didn't
is
get it. Didn't get it.
short.
Boy, I'll tell
No
you.
good. Winnacunnet's going to walk off this field with a 34-33 win.
I told you earlier, Mike. What'd I say?
And what a
What did I say?
victory for the Winnacunnet Warriors here in
I got to give they got to give him credit. It's a gutsy call, but when you got a kicker like Aiello, that was at least worth the timeout to think about it. No question.
And I think Morgan coming off the sidelines late might have caused a little distraction for this team, but give it to Winnacunnet. They stopped a high-powered running offense.
The defense got off the line. They were on the cadence. There was no cadence mix-up whatsoever, or not confusion or whatever. They were able to get off the line quickly. They closed the gap, and normally Aganos has a little bit of time to turn. He didn't have it, and it's a shame anybody has to lose this game, Mike. I'm so proud of the way Bedford came into this field. They came in here to win this football game, and right down to the last call, they came in to win.
It's going to go into the books.
Just didn't happen.
34-33 Winnacunnet win. They go 10-0. Bedford falls to 6-4. Bedford had a chance late in this game to win it. Couple of really bad penalties against Bedford brought Winnacunnet in to go touchdown to tie this game, put it into overtime. Bedford goes for the win on a 2-point conversion.
Look at Coach Stank and the Bedford coaching staff slapping all the players to Winnacunnet. That's class, Mike.
I see that.
Nice job. In a game like this, to have that kind of class. Again, you know you lost the game, but eventually all that wears off, and you think about the war that the things that these kids accomplished this year was fabulous. Hats off to all those seniors that led this team well. And I'll tell you, you didn't see chest beating. You didn't see any of that foolishness. You saw a bunch of classy kids that went out and played football. Very, very proud to be from Bedford and to have supported and watched this team this year, Mike.
And we talk about the seniors, their last game. It's disappointing for them to go
So
away.
it is now.
You know what? They can hang their head high. They came up short on a 34-33 overtime score here in Winnacunnet. Back and forth. What a great football game on a beautiful November Saturday afternoon. Crisp. We're here.
Mike, and as always,
the Bedford fans came out.
I so much enjoy working with you all year. We've had a lot of fun this year.
A lot of fun, Steve.
Shame it has to end. You're a class guy, and I really enjoy doing color for you.
Well, I appreciate that. Those are kind words. We're going to wrap it up here. I want to thank Donnie Crowder, who was on the scoreboard, Chris Gentry, who was camera and engineer tonight.
Great job, guys.
Final score here at Winnacunnet. The Winnacunnet Warriors 34, the Bedford Bulldogs 33. I'm Mike Robinson for Steve Beals. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next year.
Sure will.